list of reject.
Oh, you suddenly got all Russian then.
That's what I did last week. Oh my goodness. I know we're going to talk about it, but I had a really good streaming week.
Yeah, we'll talk about it in a bit.
I'm very excited.
I know. Because, like I said, something might have been shared.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to talk about that. I'm so curious. Of the 3 games I played, what did you play as well? Of course, we'll save that for the show.
Well, yeah, we'll save that for the show, because I'll talk about a couple that I have played, because I've got something else that I need to discuss.
Ooh.
But I need to bring up something with it.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to drink, because that's what I do best.
Really?
I like to
I would have never have guessed.
That's my talent. It's to drink.
Ah, there it is.
Drink.
It isn't out yet, but it will be. Cool.
That's what she said.
No, you'll find out.
That's also what she said.
I get to do some shameless promotion.
Ah, okay. Cool. I'm intrigued.
As you should be.
As you should be.
Anyone here yet?
No.
We are
screaming into the void.
I mean, that's about normal for us anyway, so...
Yeah,
I'll do our test recording in the background whilst we're waiting for people to pile in. That's what she said.
That's what she said.
Right, can I get a test from you, please?
Test 1, 2, 3.
Test 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Ba-dum-ts.
I can do that.
Right, I know. 2 secs.
Oh, I will talk to the empty room. Because that's what I do best. Drink and talk to empty rooms. If you ever catch any of my streams, you'll know that to be true. Actually, I don't drink on my streams. My streams are sober Kylie. But they are usually empty. Except for Friday, which we will talk about. Because I got to do shameless self-promotion on this show, too. All the shameless self-promotion.
Sorry, I could not hear a thing you were saying.
I know, that I was just randomly talking to my invisible chat room.
Okay, right, I need to do another test, so...
Okay. Testicles. 1, 2, 3.
Spectacles, testicles, wallet and watch. Thanks. Be back.
That's what she said. Actually, that's what Terminator said. Wow. Oh, there's Danker. Danker is lurking. You go right ahead and lurk. Danker, you are more than allowed to. That's more than happy to do that. No, more than allowed to do that. Although it's supposed to give you a cute little thing. I think something's wrong with my Nightbot. It's supposed to have a little cute message after that. Boo, Nightbot. Boo.
What's going on with Nightbot?
It's not doing my commands.
Oh, right, okay. You need to fix that.
Yeah.
Probably because you spent more time doing your own channel.
It's true.
Which is fine. I respect it.
Yeah. I got cute ones over there, too. If you showed up one day, you might know that. I'm kidding.
I've been busy this week.
I'm kidding.
You will find out why. Hello, Nana. I might have been playing games this week, which is good.
Well, so was I. I just happened to be playing them for an audience. An audience.
I know, I don't. Well, it might be that one of the games that I played will be played for a future audience.
Interesting.
But let's discuss that on the show proper.
Yes, I know we got all this stuff.
Interesting if true. It is true. I can guarantee it. Might even be able to give you a date in which it's released.
Well then. I shiver with anticipation.
Yes. Whilst we're doing some quick chatter.
Yeah.
New episode of Futurama I haven't watched yet, but is it good?
we're still in middling. Not
Okay,
bad,
cool.
not
I
good.
forgot it was even out.
Oh, really? Yeah, I watched it. And then, of course, obviously,
Well,
there's another one
yeah,
tomorrow.
mostly the reason why is because I've been watching other stuff, so I actually finished Breaking Bad again.
Oh, right. The show I still
So,
haven't watched.
yeah, and then decided to watch something I'd never seen before after it.
Mm.
The Breaking Bad movie El Camino,
Oh, right.
which is basically like a closer to one of the characters' stories.
Right, because it's
I'm not
about.
telling you who.
Yeah. Okay.
It's okay. It,
Okay.
I didn't think I would. Damn. The amount
Oh,
of
really?
Futurama references
Oh,
didn't give
wow.
that away. Wow, okay.
That's true, Nana. Like episode 1 of this podcast we
There's
established.
literally Futurama references all around.
That's mostly because my old Twitter handle.
Yeah,
Hello, Mike, best friend of the show. Um,
yes.
my old Twitter handle used to be Kiley to greet for 14. I can cuss right now. 14 fucking years.
Yeah, it was, and we made that reference like several times
Yeah.
over. I am
I'm
the
the
greatest.
greatest. I now leave Earth for no reason. I love that.
It's still good. It's still good.
It is.
Although I can never ever watch the first episode ever again
Why?
because I've watched it so many
Oh.
times. It is one of those ones you can recite like without even thinking about it.
Woo!
Woo!
Thank
Thanks.
you, Nana. That's amazing. Woo! This is called Spirit Sprinkles. I'm not kidding. That's what it's called. I haven't done that since high school. That's what she said.
I haven't done a lot of things since then.
I've done a lot more since then. Being that I was a shy, dorky nerd who like sat in the corner and ignored everyone until my senior year. My senior year, which would be our last year in school. For some
Hmm.
reason, I just was like, fuck it, society. I turned all like rebellious chick, and holy crap, I had a huge following. Like, we took up half the lunchroom, and I was like, yes, I've peaked.
I mean, I'm not going to talk about school too much, but I was a severely unpopular person in school.
You would have been in
And
my
then,
group. You would have been just
yeah,
fine in my group.
and the last year was sort of when I just stopped caring.
Yeah, yeah. I got
I,
kicked
I
out.
wouldn't say I was popular, but it was around about the point and like the midpoint in the last year. So it was 15 to 16 where I was just like, I
Right.
don't care anymore. Like people were just being dicks to me. So I was just like, you know what, fuck it, time to fight back. You can imagine why, or you can't.
I got kicked out. I had to go
I
back.
mean, well, you can imagine why I was unpopular. I wonder why. Might have been the band hoodies and t-shirts that I
Did you
used to
have
wear. And
Did you have your long hair then?
no, that was after school. That
I
was during my rebellious college stage.
I'm not kidding. Chat listeners, podcast listeners won't get this, but yes, there is a photo. Pete has long band hair. Rock and
Very
roll
long
band
hair.
hair.
Very long hair. Yeah, it's a picture of me and my brother whilst I was out on his stag do.
It was so weird. It's like,
Yep.
wow. Pete was a little rebel. Rebel without a cause.
It was funny though, 'cause my parents were like, "You should cut it. It looks terrible." So I just kept not cutting it, just to
Yeah.
be a pain in the ass. It was just like,
Oh,
it's great.
see, which is the opposite of me. I cut my hair because everyone's like, "Oh, grow it out, Kiley. It looks so good."
And then you started dyeing it different colours.
Yeah. See, Monday. Oh, that's tomorrow. Oh, I get a new haircut tomorrow. I will be
Of
debuting
course you
it
do.
on next week's show.
Nice.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like over a week ago that I got my hair cut.
Well,
That
you're looking all
damn
nice
time.
and clean cut.
Yeah, until the greys start growing in again.
Yeah, but again, as I've stated, dudes look so like refined and established when they have gray hair coming in the sides.
Fuck off. You've spoken to me several times. I'm far from refined.
No, but if you keep your mouth shut.
This coming from Queen Cut, like, keep her mouth shut and might be considered posh.
Yeah, I ruin the illusion as soon as I open my mouth up, and that
Yeah, there
Texas
you go.
accent comes out.
Go open my pie hole.
Open my pie hole. Oh my goodness. I played a game. It was last week. Because we're going to talk about the games we played this week. We're going to do that on the show. But I played a game last week. Oh, I also played it this week, but this specific instance. Anyway, it's called Remnant 2. And
Nice.
it's set in the future, but it's like a hillbilly future. And
Nice.
I just was like, just East Texas accent just went, hey, how are ya? I'm going to come out right now. And I was just East Texas for the whole 2 or 3 hours.
Will you not be talking about Remnant 2 this week?
Uh-huh.
Okay,
I will be.
Good.
But I'll be talking about a different part of it.
I noted it on our list.
Yes, it will be.
Because I've now included it as part of our list.
Oh, interesting.
Well, it's just so that I can put it in our document, so that I can then put it as part of the show notes.
I also played a game where I had to do this a bunch.
I know what game that is.
We will talk about that too as soon as we get started.
It's easy to go back to the Twitch to find out. Which is why I didn't ask you what you played this week.
My highest viewed ever. So we will be talking about that. Nana was there.
Well, to be fair, that goddamn game gets a lot of viewership generally anyway.
It does. And yes, we will go into that for sure.
We shall.
Okay. You ready to get it started up in here? I think that's all we're going to get.
I think so. But yeah, let's get it started.
Let's get it started. What is it? 206? Yes. I remembered.
It is. You did.
I did.
You remembered more than I did.
I did. Only because I typed it with my fingies.
Correct. Good. All right. Right. I'm recording, so let's go in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to Rapid Reviews Radio Podcast episode 206. We made it this far, Pete. Can you believe it?
No.
Oh, I think it's like 4 years now. Yes.
Yeah, it is actually. It is over. Well, it'll be 5th. We're into our 5th.
What? Oh my gosh, I can't count. This is true. We know this.
It was 2019, so yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, we're into our 5th.
Yeah, it was. I am your co-host, Kiley Wilde, and I'm joined by my ever-present co-host, Pete Beckett.
Yo.
And my ever-present glass of wine. Which you could come check out if you go to twitch.tv/rapid reviews. I am begging you, come join the conversation. Our wonderful mod has clipped something that I cannot wait to see.
I believe it's the Kylie would be posh if she didn't open her pie hole.
This is true. This is very true. But yes, so I think what I normally do is I like to start the show off by asking Pete, and if we had a guest. By the way, Pete, it's time to start getting guests on the show again.
We might have to, yeah.
As a little teaser. But I like to ask Pete and or our guest if we had one, but we don't have one. How has your week been, Pete?
It has been a very busy but somewhat productive week, let's say. I will talk about something in a minute that I have done this week that may interest people. Mostly work, unfortunately, this week, but I have had some time to play some games too, which has been good.
Nice.
So I'm going to leave one in particular until you want to discuss it, because we've played a game there has been a game that we've both played for the first time in a long time.
I was going to say.
There has been a game we've both played.
I can't wait. I still don't know what it is. So that's going to be fun.
No, I kept it away from you. So yes. I will start with the one that I've just been playing for probably about half an hour just before the show. I played a few games of Street Fighter 6 again.
Of course. No surprise there.
That's mostly because apparently at Gamescom there might be the reveal of Terry, so I'm getting into getting into the mind frame of I'm dropping Kimberly to play Terry. So, yeah.
Pete, we should go to Gamescom next year.
Hang on. I'll see if I can afford that time off. I might have a lot of things going on next year as well.
Just
But
a few things.
we'll try and figure it out if we can.
It would be really cool. It would make a great episode.
Yeah. I'm
But
sure
anyway.
it will. Yeah, I'd love to go myself, but yeah. Apparently Terry's coming out, so I wanted to get back into the swing of the game. So I just played a few ranked games just before we jumped on, because well, I've been working all weekend, so I haven't
Yeah.
had much time to game. So I was like, why not? The game is still very fun. Still very enjoy the meta of it. Got wrecked by a few camis, which is always fun.
That's
and
what
I'm
she
pretty
said.
sure I came across a weird Akuma player, but hey, let's not talk about that.
Okay.
Might have been some cheating involved, potentially.
Ah, right. It's okay.
But I don't know. I'm not too sure. But so there are two main games that I've been playing this week, but like I said, I'm going to save one until you talk about it, because
Yeah.
we'll get a discussion going on that one, I think. But I know they are currently in the chat, twitch.tv/rabbit reviews. Do it. But best friend of the show, Mike Tendo,
Yes.
may or may not have started a new podcast called Game
I
and Chat.
sources say may have.
And sources may have said that I am appearing as a guest on the second episode that's coming tomorrow,
What? No way! I can't believe it. I never
where
knew
we
this.
played a game that I have not played in a couple of years at this point.
Right.
Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Mhm. Now
And my
that's
goodness,
fun.
was it a lot of fun. But
I
I
bet it was.
forget how difficult it is to play games whilst you're chatting away.
Yes, it is.
So,
Oh, I
yeah,
remember the
so
old
you can
days.
yeah, I won't talk a lot about it because obviously you can see and hear that discussion as of tomorrow once it goes live. We will link it
Woo!
once it does. But the one thing that I will give away from that is that I am now best friend of their show.
Oh, yay!
So,
Yay!
Kylie, if you're interested, please get in touch with Mike because he's
Of
looking for
course I'm
people to jump
interested.
on. So,
That's
go
what
and
she said.
yeah. But so a lot of the game was just obviously just chatting away, just having fun playing the game. It
Yeah.
was a lot of fun, and that's now sparked my interest more in Terry again because Terry's
Aw.
also in that game.
Very good.
So I really enjoyed it. It was good fun, but I won't tell you who won overall.
Yeah, let's save that for the show.
Yeah.
Then it says, "Oh wow, that game is old now." Lol. That should be a fun episode. I bet it is. And Mike
Yeah,
says, "Best friend of the show."
the game is quite old now, and it's still very good though, and actually surprisingly held up surprisingly the online holds up surprisingly well actually when you play via
Oh
an Ethernet
right.
cable, and considering that Mike is in Spain,
Yes.
didn't really have a lot of lag, which is very good.
Oh, that's very good. Ooh.
Yeah, everyone seems to give a lot of crap towards the online on that game, and I don't know why, because actually it's not that bad at times.
Well, Mike says would also love to have you on sometime, Kylie. I would love to be on, Mike. Woo! Yes.
Send a link to the Discord then and
Ooh,
get her involved.
I'm not on Discord very often.
No, but you'll have
I
to
am
use it for
sometimes
that.
on it. Yeah,
But that's
that's
fine.
true.
And Nana, yes, we were. I
Well,
was on another
he
podcast,
was.
but we're gonna discuss. Well, it hasn't been released yet.
That's what she said.
It's coming.
That's
That's
what
what
she
she also said.
said.
Anyway, that's my games bar one for this week.
Yes. Okay. Do you want me to now say my games and say all of them?
Yes, please do. Start with
Okay.
whatever you want to start with.
Well, Monday. First of all, for our lovely, lovely listeners out there and our absolutely beautiful viewers, I am a streamer now. And I stream over on KILEY_WILDE. Please visit me. I'm very lonely. I don't talk to people until I stream. And I really, really want friends. I need friends. Friends make me happy. But on Monday, I started streaming the next part of Remnant 2.
Hmm.
Uh,
So,
it
what type of game is Remnant, by the
so
way?
Remnant. Okay, first and foremost, it is a beautiful game. I got it free. I won it in a competition, and
Hmm.
so I have to say it's a beautiful game. The sound design is way on point. The music is so good. Um, it's an RPG with FPS, tendencies, of course.
Oh, yeah, you did say this last week.
Yeah,
Sorry.
it's very similar. It's like Destiny, but without the looting, just the shooting. And I guess the looting is more you have crafting abilities, and
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
of course you're just whole RPG element. The problem is not with the game, but with me. I'm not an RPGer anymore. It's so funny because when I was a teenager, I was like hardcore, but
Hmm.
I've grown past it. It's not for me anymore. So we got about halfway through, and it was just the same thing over and over. I actually made
Okay.
a reference back to Suicide Squad. When me and Max used to play Suicide Squad, and it became repetitive towards
Yeah.
the end. We were just doing the same. We were grinding. We were just doing the same thing over and over. That's actually what happened with Remnant 2. That's not for me. Now that could be for a lot of people out there. A lot of people
Hmm.
out there really enjoy that. Not me. So
Yeah, fair enough.
we cut it about halfway through, and we switched to my channel's favorite, Hitman.
Of
My
course.
channel and my YouTube channel's favorite, Hitman, because holy crap, I don't know why, but my Hitman videos, they do some numbers over on YouTube. But so we had a lot of fun with Hitman. It's a classic. It's always going to be fun. Just because I do everything purposely wrong, which come to find out, some of my friends were watching it, like my actual friends, like people
Hmm.
I talked to, and they said, yeah, that pissed me off. I had to stop watching because you made me so mad. And I was like, but I do that on purpose.
But that's the point. That
Yeah,
is
exactly.
actually the point, and that's the good thing
Exactly.
about Hitman is you can do it in any way that you want to do it
Yeah, I mean, like,
to some degree.
no, that's true because outside Xbox, they have a whole Hitman series. It's like they all play Hitman in a different style.
Yeah.
And I love that. And then so I play it purposely, just the one that puts you on the edge of your seat, and you're like, why did you do that? Why did you
Yeah.
throw a soda can at that guy's head? And it's like, because I wanted to. So,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
very similar to the computer game shows streams of it.
there you go.
James Farley does it, and he
Uh-huh.
just he
Uh-huh.
goes full psycho, and it's really funny.
Yes, exactly. I mean, it's so difficult because if you're like going out to the pier and there's a guy standing on the edge of the pier, those intrusive thoughts win.
They do, yeah.
They just do, and you gotta push them. You gotta. It doesn't matter that 5 other people can witness it and see it. You gotta push them in. But that's what the save state is for. But so we finished up with Hitman. It was great. Had a lot of fun doing that. And then I think I might have streamed Tuesday. I don't know. Sometimes I do. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I streamed Wednesday. Now
You did.
Wednesday is the Weird Wednesday over on my channel, and
And
I
I'm pretty sure
streamed.
you chose one of the weirdest games.
I did. I chose a game that Matt Berry does all the voices on. Danker, who's lurking in our chat right now, is the one who recommended it, and I almost didn't pick it. But I just kept going back to it, going back to it. I was like, no, I got to do this. It's called Thank Goodness You're Here. And
Thank
it's.
goodness I played this as well.
I knew it had to be that one, Pete. Did you really? Why'd you pick it
I
up? I got to know.
It got recommended on a podcast I was listening to. They did a massive bit of coverage for it, and as the fact that the
Excellent.
game is only about 2 hours long and
Yeah.
10 quid, I was like,
Yes.
perfect. Well, it was more than 10 quid. It
It
was
was
like
11.
£13.
Oh, I got it on
So,
CD keys.
well, the fact was is that I got the Switch version, so I could play it on the go. Um,
Right.
so it was £13 on there. It's supposed to be 15, but I think because it's launch week, They
Yes.
reduced it a slight bit, but I also had some gold coins to use, so I got it for about 11 quid.
Right. Okay. Oh my goodness. So this
Don't you
game,
mean thank goodness?
thank goodness. So this game is so British, and I mean that in the absolute best way possible. It is quintessentially British. The humor is
Quintessentially quirky.
it's quirky. The humor is brilliant. It's exactly my type of humor. It was the I love double entendres. I don't like in your face sexual stuff. I don't know, it doesn't work on me. But
Yeah.
double entendres and innuendo, this game's got it. And it's got
Oh,
Matt
there's a
Berry.
ton of them.
So it does. It's hilarious. Every piece of this is hilarious. And like Pete said, it's only about 2 hours. So I played about an
Yeah,
hour
I
and a half.
think my playthrough took me was about an hour and 45 minutes.
Okay, well, mine was about 3 hours, but that could be because I was streaming and talking to chat. Because here's what happened over on my channel, which was absolutely amazing. I really had a great week. I'm not gonna lie. So
Sorry, Nana. Yes, this is more British than a rare Platonic game. This is
yes,
ridiculous.
it's British Douglas.
In fact, the opening of it and the menu screen
Yes,
itself and the
yes,
pause screen are literally just a street in Yorkshire.
it's so good. It's like a real movie.
Yeah.
Um, And of course, being St. Danker says, you claimed, oh, I haven't yet, but I need to. I just saw your message, Danker, overall, because I haven't been on Discord in forever.
There's a completion
There
prize.
is, Pete. Yes, I need to,
I need to
yeah.
go and collect that then.
Uh-huh. But, so, yes, it's absolutely hilarious. I played I'll say the first half on Wednesday. And then Thursday, I always talk about this. Sometimes when I'm feeling particularly lonely, because like I said, I don't have anyone around me. There are no humans. I have
Yeah,
a human I take care of. Outside of that, my gym
that's
buddy,
it.
and that's it. So I get lonely, and so sometimes I'll do what I call stealth streams. If I do a stealth stream, you know that I am sad and lonely.
And usually it's been House Flipper, but you're like,
Yeah,
better
and
play
I'm
this
like,
quirky British game.
exactly. I said I'll just go ahead and finish it. So I started playing it, and I got rated. It was amazing. For some really, really great, sweet, neurodivergent, neurospicy as they call them, groups, and it was wonderful.
Nice.
And we just had a good old time. We finished out the game, and it was so good. It was so
Mm,
pleasant. It was so fun. The vibe was great. I picked up 3 followers, uh,
nice.
which is neither here nor there. But hey, come follow me because I want to make affiliate. Uh, but so for me, the game, yes, of course, I've said this before. I associate a lot of the games I play with if I'm playing them with other people. Like I can't completely hate on Suicide Squad because I played it with Mags and Mags made it fun. Um, so I can't say that's a terrible game. So thank goodness you're here is a great game, but it's made even better because chat was riding along with me. I was gonna say they were playing along with me. They weren't quite playing, but they were riding along with me, and it was just fun and it was hilarious and it was like I said quintessentially British. The humor was on point. Matt Berry is amazing. I mean, anything he touches, I'm like, oh, that sounds bad. Anything, him and David Iwata, those are my two. Like, if they're associated with it, I am there.
Don't you mean Richard Iwadi?
Yes, that's what I meant.
Yeah,
I don't know why I said Dave. Because he's on Dave the channel.
yeah.
IT crowd's on
Oh
there. So
God, yeah.
yeah.
Christ.
So Richard Hiawatha. But yes, so I absolutely enjoyed it. Pete, what are your thoughts on Thank Goodness You're
It is probably one of the weirdest games that I've
Here?
played in a long time. It's very strange. It's very quirky. It's very quintessentially British.
Yes.
It is just,
Is.
um, it was an experience. Let's say that.
Yes, I like that, an experience.
I wouldn't say it's much of a game though. Like there are game elements in it.
Right.
There's not much. like you're not really going to go into it and go, oh, there's a hell of a lot of game here because it's a 2 hour experience
Right.
and it's made by a very small team and it's a budget game. There's nothing wrong with that. It fulfills a purpose. I
It
just think that sometimes it was a little bit little bit sort of confusing as to what you were supposed to
oh,
actually do next.
yes. Now that is true. In fact, I think Danker helped me out a whole lot because I would get kind of lost on some parts. But he had
There was
watched,
some stuff where you did.
yeah, and he had watched Ed Trotz play it. So
Yeah,
he was the fount of knowledge and helped me, you know, make my way through it, which was
yeah,
good because like you said, there are parts where you get stuck. But I'll tell you what it reminded me of was two games. It reminded me
hmm
of Little Kitty Big City, Little Kitty Big City, uh,
hmm
and partly even Untitled Goose Game. It had some elements
yeah.
to that,
I
which
agree.
yeah, you could argue, is that a game? Is it not a
Which
game or whatever?
which is
But
quite funny actually, by the way, because on Steam and on the eShop there is a bundle that you can get of both this
right?
and Untitled Goose Game.
Oh, that's amazing! I wonder if
So
that was cheaper than CDs.
yeah, so there's not a lot of game to it. It's mostly just it's in a 3D environment. You walk
Yeah.
around and you're controlling a small human being,
Yes, he's very, and it gets
completing
smaller. It gets
completing tasks
smaller.
for. Well, I think it's mostly the perspective of him gets smaller when you go into bigger areas.
Okay,
Um,
cause like he
but
even fell in beer, and had to go through the bubbles and stuff. I
yeah,
was like, oh wow, we're
yeah, but
tiny.
that's probably the perspective thing is that you're in a large area, so you feel
Yeah.
smaller as a result because there's a bit where you go into the loft, don't you, in one of
Yes,
the shops,
exactly. Yes.
and that
Yes.
area is massive, but he looks tiny.
Yes.
Um,
Exactly.
so yeah, it's a really interesting, quirky game, and I keep saying the same thing over and over, but it is, it
It
really
is.
is.
No,
It's
it is.
just, it is a lot of fun. It was just so irrelevant, so stupid,
It's
so
so stupid. I
ridiculous.
loved it. I love
Like,
stupid stuff.
I don't want to give away a lot of the stuff because it is just gag after
It is.
gag after gag after gag. It is just like the thing that I'll say about this, and they mentioned this on the computer game show as well, is
Mhm.
that if you're not into that kind of humor, it's going to be very difficult to maintain this for two
Yes.
hours. It's very tough. But if you're a big fan of British humor,
It's so
this is
British.
absolutely brilliant.
See,
So one of the things I don't want to give away too much with the gags, but there was one particular one that I found really, really funny.
which one
Was
would that be?
um the all I will say is closed due to Spanky Bum Bum.
I love that. I kept saying that over
It's
and over.
so stupid, isn't it? And as
I
it gets on later on in the game, it just gets really more ridiculous.
yeah, I love stupid. Well, I love two things. I love stupid humor and I love British humor.
Yep.
Which, if this is for my fellow Americans out there, my fellow Americans, if you ever want to know something that is stupid and British humor, you need to watch the series called Bottom, because
Oh my god, it's
that is
fantastic.
that
Well, I
is
would
just
recommend actually watching the young ones first and then
well, the young
Bottom.
ones, yes, but see, we got the young ones over in America. We would get it on what's called PBS,
Yeah.
and so I got to
Well,
grow up
before you
watching
had
that.
BBC America.
Yes, exactly, exactly. So I got to grow up watching the young ones, and I absolutely loved it. And so for Americans listening to this, Aiden Edmondson and Rick Mayhall, who were in the young ones, went on and they made this show called Bottom. I
Hmm.
never heard of it, never saw it. The only thing I knew about Rick Mayhall besides the young ones was obviously Drop Dead Fred, where I had a huge crush on him because I'm demented, apparently. Who has a crush on Drop Dead Fred? Oh my gosh.
No one.
Well, me, apparently. I really am messed up. Anyway, tells you
It'll explain a lot.
that tells you the kind of guys I'm into. But anyway, so they did a series called Bottom. Now it has other iterations. They did like a live show. They did a continuation. It doesn't matter. You need to watch Bottom. It's hilarious. I just die laughing the whole time. It is perfect. So thank goodness you're here is in that same vein.
Yeah, it is.
It's stupid, but also British humor. Um, oh, interesting. Mike says
He
Rick
did,
Mayhall
yeah.
voice acted for Hogs of War on the original PlayStation. I don't know that.
I
I did
remember
not know
Hogs of
that.
War. I
Yeah, I
played
do
it a lot
too.
back in the day.
Yeah. Oh,
And
wow.
yeah, It was one of those quintessential sort of like British games that we ended up playing as a kid. That and Team Buddies on the PS1.
I don't remember that one, but I definitely remember Hogs of War.
Nobody remembers Team Buddies, and
I
Team Buddies was brilliant.
don't. Well,
Stupid game. Such a stupid, stupid game.
Well, I will recommend. Thank goodness you're here. First of all, absolutely for our British audience. There's
Yeah.
no. It's amazing. Americans, if you like stuff like Monty Python and Are You Being Served and The Young Ones, if you grew up watching that, which I thankfully, I'm so glad that I did,
Mm.
you will love this game. If you didn't like any of that, it's probably going to be too British for you.
It's tough to recommend.
Yeah. But I enjoyed it. My chat
Yeah.
enjoyed it. I got followers out of it. I got rated out of it. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Um,
I honestly, I really enjoyed it as well. This was a game that I played this weekend actually because I was working.
oh, right.
So I played it on my lunch break and I just could not put the game down. That even when I was supposed to be doing stuff, I was just had it on pause and I would do a little bit here and there. So yeah, it was just really stupidly fun.
I
I
was,
really, really, really enjoyed it. I'm glad I picked it up actually and just
yes.
had a good laugh playing it.
Oh, it was so,
But
it was so good. It was.
did you know that asbestos never hurt anyone quite like a chip fryer does?
I loved that. And I also love there is a kind of rivalry between big pies and little pies. And
Oh God,
so it just captures the current state of things. It's very good.
it's so
Uh,
stupid.
but
Oh God, that. Oh, did you notice it right in the
what?
alleyway? There was the eyeball in the little hole,
Yes, I
and he
did.
kept putting sausages
It was like,
through.
oh, let me put my sausage through here. Oh, oh,
Oh,
oh.
just another one.
It's like,
Oh, that's too
oh
much.
my gosh. And it was Matt Berry's like real voice, but a little bit of a
Yep,
sexual undertone. I was like, oh,
yep.
it's so creepy. But
Oh, it's terrible, but it was one of the ones that made me laugh. But
oh,
there is a constant running gag in that area as well, and
yes.
I absolutely love that gag just
Oh,
every time.
no, it was great. It was really good.
I
Now,
don't want to give the gag away, but it how the person gets more and more annoyed is really really funny.
yes, exactly. But after that, so I played that Wednesday and Thursday and had a
Mm.
great time. Finished the game on air. It was amazing. Uh,
Honestly, just before you move
mhm.
on, will that make your game of the year list at the
You know what?
moment?
It's on my list. It is absolutely on my
I,
list.
Look, I
That's
think it's
not a
probably going to
joke.
make my list as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
At the
Like
moment, it is.
the list is quite small because we don't have that many games, but it's definitely on there.
Yeah.
So I played that Wednesday and Thursday. Had a great time. Chat had a great time. Absolutely loved it. Then on Friday, I played what I think by now is probably considered a classic. I
Yeah.
never thought that I would play this game. I have seen it so many times on like Game Grumps, and I think even outside Xbox did it. A couple of people did. It's very famous, very well known among streamers. And the reason why is because you get to voice different characters. So, Dagger says, now will it make the Kylie? That's the question. I think it might. I do. I think it's going to make it. But I played, and this is not a joke, I started Doki Doki Literature Club.
A game that I actually own on Steam as
Do
well.
you really? Oh my
Yeah, I've never
gosh.
got round to playing it, but I own it.
I've never played it. I have watched so many iterations of it, of people streaming it, and I just went ahead and somebody suggested it to me during the week because I needed a horror game, and Nana says I'm pretty sure that's not the reason why it's famous. Yeah, we'll get to that.
Anime Tiddies.
Yep, there you go. That's the name of this episode. Please call it that, Pete. And you can put a star.
Done.
You can put a star in that.
No, I'm just
Oh,
calling
just
it
call it.
that.
Okay.
I
Like,
don't.
let's see. Nana says I have thoughts, but I'll save them for after Kylie gets to a certain point. Yeah. So I went into this. I vaguely know that there's a twist ending. But I've never Oh, okay. Denker says, "Oh, should have made that clear. Jeff Keighley's." Oh, right. Okay.
Sorry, we only refer to those as the Sheely Awards.
Yeah. Pete calls him Jeff Sheely. I think he's adorable, and I want to put him in my pocket and take him out. But anyway, if you haven't guessed, I really like short men. But
No.
I know, right? Who knew that from episode 1?
Shocking.
I know. What was I saying? Oh, Doki Doki Literature Club. So I vaguely know there's a twist ending, but I don't know the ending. I didn't hang with Game Grumps till the end. I didn't hang with Outside Xbox. I didn't hang with. I don't even remember. Was it Danny? Danny might have done it over on GameStop.
I'm pretty sure everyone has done a
Yeah,
stream with it at
but
some point.
I've never lasted towards the end. That's what she said. So I know there's a twist, and I know it's considered horror. But as we're playing it, I never really, we were just reading poetry, okay? But I have to say, as a streamer, holy crap, I enjoyed it so much. It was so fun. I loved doing the different voices. I absolutely adored that. By the time I was done, I streamed for 2 hours. Now, I don't stream for 2 hours. I do an hour and a half. Because I don't like to, I know my audience kind of blends with Mags, and I'm not going to cross his stream. Never cross the streams. But on Fridays, I can do that. And so I went like 2 hours, and at the end I couldn't even talk because it's all narrated.
Well, it's also if you're doing voices as well.
Exactly. But it was so engaging, and like I said, it's the highest viewed stream I've ever done in a year. I've been streaming for a year, just about. I have decided, and I asked chat, and they agreed with me. I'm going to continue this on. We're going to get to the end. We're going to do this every Friday till we get to the end. It's weird because it's almost like a dating sim.
But well, it's.
I don't think it is.
It kind of is.
It is.
Oh God, what do they call it?
I don't know, because it's like a
dating
sim.
There's a genre of games, and I can't remember what it's called. Crap.
All I know is
why have I forgotten that now?
I don't know. Waifu?
No. Well, it's a dating sim. It's hang on.
Well, it does
carry on.
Yeah, it does come across as a dating sim. That's how it kind of starts. But then you start seeing little twitches, little glitches. Yes, Nana says it is, but it's not. Psychological horror, which, if you follow my streams, psychological horror is my absolute favorite genre, which is why I went ahead when somebody suggested this to me last week. I was like, fine, I'll just go ahead and do it.
That's it. Visual novel.
Visual novel. Yes. And I do have one. If this does as well as it did last Friday, I have another one lined up, but I'm going to keep that to myself.
Please do. Yeah, it'd be better if you just jump straight in. But it's another
one in the same vein. But I'm still waiting for the horror part of it. So we'll see how that happens. But yes, I do want to encourage everyone. And look, if you're a podcast listener, we have a lot more podcast listeners than we do Twitch followers, and that's okay. But if you're a podcast listener, I do ask you to come stop by my channel. You don't have to follow me. You don't have to talk. You can lurk. It's okay. But it's really funny. It's really funny. You'll have a great time. And that's KLEY_WILDE. And I am trying to make affiliate, so if you do follow me, that would be good. But you don't have to. You don't have to. There's no requirement.
The link is in the show notes, so if you're listening, you can just click the link and go straight to the stream and give it a follow. Please, go and support, because it is actually a really fun and engaging streams when I can stop by.
Yeah, I really want to, it's all based on, community effort and all that kind of stuff, but I'm really, really, really enjoying the community that I'm starting to cultivate, which is just, I'm a positive, giggly streamer. I have a little bit of mischief, if you listen to this show. I like to flip people off and say the F word a lot. But it's still a very fun, good time. Everyone is welcome. We don't judge anyone or anything like that. Nana says, honestly, I can't think of what it might be, lol, and I know most of the internet dating games. Oh, if I say, Nana, I will give you this tiny little hint, but don't say anything. It involves pigeons.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, I know the game. I think I've played it as well. It's
Hello,
brilliant.
Flame. Hello. How are you?
Hello.
Very
Yeah,
good to see you.
I have seen and played that game, and it is bonkers. It's
I
completely
know.
bonkers.
It is. It like goes off in left field. So and then it says, "Oh, I know what it is now." Well, see, can you imagine me doing all those voices? Oh,
Yes,
I will have to take mini breaks.
that'll
Yes,
be a
Nana.
hoot.
That one is gonna be funny. Oh, Flame says, "Am good. Hope you're doing well." Thank you so much, Flame. Yes, we're doing very well. It's very good to
Thank you.
see you. Thank you for dropping by. Um, but yes, so if you are if you find yourself just on a Friday night between 7 and I'll say 9, 7 and 9. It's usually about an hour and a half, but we'll say 7 and 9. Come stop by my channel, KILEY_WILDE, and join us for some Doki Doki Literature Club. You get to hear me do, I kid you not, Pete, 5 different voices. 5 completely different voices.
Nice.
It was very difficult. Very. But yes, so that is my week of games. That's your week of games, correct,
Yeah,
Pete?
we've gone very long on that, but we actually had the game that we
Yeah,
want to discuss together, so that's quite cool.
exactly. So I guess we could say a rapid reviews recommendation of thank goodness you're here. Would you say that? A
Yeah,
rapid reviews
hunt
recommendation? Yes.
2 thumbs up.
2 thumbs up. So that's 4 thumbs up in my British accent.
Yeah, I did love the fact that it asked you if you knew what the hell they were talking about at the front.
I know. So obviously because I'm American, I had to choose no or whatever it was, but the other one was
Yeah,
all right, which I know
yeah,
is what Northerners say when they say all
I
right.
know it
So
is as well, but I still chose
awesome.
the
Thank you,
yeah.
Nana.
Yeah, I still chose the I have no clue because I just
Yeah, because I was like, I will never understand. I will never understand. Too Texan, for that. Danger says a certain someone is planning a playthrough in September. Oh, very interesting, very interesting. Um,
yeah.
but yes. So definitely rapid reviews recommended. Uh, which we can have a stamp like a graphic. But now that is usually we usually do that in about 5 minutes. We've now done that in about 20 minutes. I'm quite.
No, it's actually half an hour.
Oh, has it? Well, I'm actually kind of proud of us because we talked about games we've played. Oh,
That's a first.
yes.
We could have
Oh,
actually got a whole episode about like that game
to be
alone.
fair, yes. And I do want to say that if you want to join me over on my channel, do not ever feel obligated. It is really just if you find yourself at around 7 o'clock at night in UK time and you're just like, I'll throw it on. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Now, Monday, I am streaming a game called Fallen Aces, which is very cool. It is like a noir detective FPS game,
Oh,
and I am really looking forward to that. And then Wednesday, for my weird game, I'm doing something called Unturned. It looks
okay.
really weird, but it's very, very highly rated, and it's not weird like I've done a couple of weeks ago. Those were too weird. And of course, Friday will be Doki Doki Literature Club. So
Cool.
that's me. But Pete, do you want to prediction started? Oh goodness.
I worry about what this is.
Uh
But anyway, shall we carry on whilst we
yes, you
wait?
carry on because I have just messed up my chat.
Yes, of course you have.
I have.
Anyway,
Sorry, chat. Oh
no.
goodness.
So
Yes.
I'm going to predict no. But yeah,
I can't
fine.
even see it.
Will it be? Will this episode be an hour and 30 minutes? I
Well,
think.
I doubt it. I've still got 2 glasses of wine left, so.
Mm. Nana said I'll give you a suggestion for Monday: neon white.
Oh, I've heard about Neon White. I've heard that's really, really good. I need to look into
Yeah,
that, actually.
There's another game that I'd recommend to play on your weird Wednesdays, maybe.
Okay.
It's a game that came out this year. It's called Balatro.
It's called what now?
Balatro.
Balatro.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a card-based game, but it's based on poker.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it's got a lot of
Okay.
buzz, so I'm planning on picking it up at some point.
Okay. I'll look into
So,
that for sure.
yeah. Anyway, yeah, let's do some news. I
Let's
mean,
do
I'm
some
probably not
actual
sure how
news.
long all of this is going to take. So, shall we start? Let's start on the shortest one
Yes,
first.
that's what she
And
said.
by shortest ones, I mean Kevin Hart.
Oh, Kevin Hart. He's
Boom.
perfect height.
So,
I like
so
short.
so that might be an indication of what we might be talking about
Oh,
first, and that would be
I can't imagine.
Borderlands.
Yeah, which has been all over the news. But yes, go ahead, Pete. Let us
Let's
hear about
talk
Borderlands.
about Borderlands, because Borderlands has come out. It's another video game adaptation and it's got a cast in there that is revered. Let's say there's a few decent actors and actresses,
and they look good on the stills that I've seen, on the still shots, promo shots.
And it's got a director that once had a good reputation.
See, exactly.
And I'll pretend that I didn't see any wine spilling.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad, Pete.
Anyway, so
on my keyboard, by the way.
Film came out on Friday. Up until Thursday night, maybe Friday morning.
Right.
For the longest period of time, it was sitting at no more than 4% on Rotten Tomatoes.
No, I want it to be good.
As of the time of recording, it is currently at 10%.
Oh.
Out of 94 critic reviews.
No, I want it to be good.
So, shall we read some of the top critic ratings?
Go for it, Pete.
So, from the New York Post, rated 0 out of 4. There's hardly any character development or dramatic peaks and valleys in Borderlands to hold the viewer's interest, or even for such a brief runtime.
Oh no!
Oof, savage. Jared Jones from AV Club. The tone of the movie is all over the map, which leaves much of the cast painting expressions on their faces that are a cross between stoic frustration and subtle confusion.
Oh no!
No. The New York. So I'm gonna have a look at a couple more. Right, I'm just opening up the link here. 2 secs. So
I'm very disappointed.
I want to try and find a particularly scathing one.
Has any of our chat seen it? This is how you rate
here we
a
go.
movie out of 4. Oh gosh.
So Paul Tassi from Forbes. Borderlands feels like pure ego. Look at these huge stars. We got to play these characters even if they make no sense. Borderlands fans will show up no matter what. We're launching the Borderlands cinematic universe.
Look, I love Borderlands. I've made that very clear. I will watch this because I love Borderlands. But I'm very sad to hear if it's bad. Like, how can you mess up Borderlands? It's so cut and dry. It's so, like, it's got great music, first of all. And second of all, it's got great characters. Just throw them in. You don't even have to have a story. Borderlands sure doesn't have a story.
Well, here's one particularly scathing, and it's very short in terms of the preview for it. Jeremy Johns. No. This movie feels horribly miscast.
Oh no!
So Kate Blanchett, a 50-odd-year-old actress who is playing a late 20s character.
But she does
a 70-something-year-old Jamie Lee Curtis who's playing a late 30s character.
But still, she looks good.
A character that's supposed to be playing Tiny Tina that is a child that is an actual adult.
Yeah, okay, so that kind of bothered me. Not gonna lie.
Apparently, Kevin Hart is barely in the movie despite being in all the promotional material.
And being, like, one of the main characters.
And apparently there is literally no character development whatsoever, and it is just a horrid mess.
Oh no!
From what I've been hearing, I will watch it.
Yes.
When it comes out to streaming, because I can. if it's on the right platform, of course.
Well, yeah, like if it's on Paramount or
So
whatever.
I'll come back and let you know what my review of it will be once I've watched it.
Wait. Mike Tindos is talking about Borderlands, like Lands. Love it. Nana says, wait, Tiny Tina is from yes, Tiny Tina is from Borderlands. We had a former co-host that used to say that I was Tiny Tina.
Yeah, so if you
I
remember
don't
when
know
I
why
did
he said
one of the
that.
WASD episodes or EGX Res, I think it was, that I played Tiny Tina's
Yes,
Wonderland,
Wonderland.
which is actually a Borderlands spin-off.
I can't.
It was originally a DLC as
It
well.
was. Yes, it
Tiny Tina's
was.
from Borderlands 2.
Yeah. And Tiny Tina is actually voiced from the girl who was on What You Play in Ash, which was a YouTube series that I used to watch. So I don't know why he thought I was Tiny Tina, but yes, he did.
Yeah. Yeah, and she is an obnoxious character.
She is obnoxious, but I kind of love her.
Yeah,
Nana says,
fair
yeah,
enough.
that's what I did with the Sonic films because I had no interest in seeing those in cinema. Lol. But they were actually kind of good.
I like the first two.
Yeah.
Unironically, actually quite excited to see the trailer for the third one when it comes out, which, according to rumors, is apparently supposed to be this month.
That's what they say. We'll see.
So I'll be interested to see that. But yeah, once it comes out, I'll give you a full review. But some of the people that have seen this have turned around and unironically called it the worst video game adaptation of
No!
all time.
I
Even worse than some of the Uwe Boll movies.
Nothing beats Super Mario Brothers. Nothing beats that. That's the worst adaptation
No, it is
forever.
not. I mean, it's a terrible, terrible,
It
terrible
is
movie.
terrible.
But
Yeah.
some of the Uwe Boll movies have been utterly
I
atrocious, like Blood
mean,
Rain and
I don't.
Silent Hill.
I weirdly like his stuff. I even
Yeah, I
like his
do as well, but they
aliens.
are
But I
bloody
like them.
awful.
I was gonna say I like them because they're terrible.
Yeah, it's
His
like watching The
aliens
Room.
was yeah, exactly that. Oh, I love The Room. I love...
Oh, Monster Hunter. Oh my god.
I never knew Monster Hunter was a movie. Are you
Yeah,
kidding
Monster Hunter was
me?
done by Paul W.S. Anderson, who also did the Resident Evil movies, and for some reason
Are
cast
you
Mila
kidding?
Jovovich in it because it's his wife.
Oh my gosh, I did not know Monster Hunter had a movie. Dagger says some people are loving it, however. They are going in with zero knowledge of the game franchise. Yeah, exactly. See, now that is something that I have noticed about video game to movie franchises. They try to do it so that movie audiences will enjoy it, but they disregard the game fans, if that makes
Mm.
sense. And I think
They're
that's a
trying.
very backwards way to do it.
Yeah, the thing is, I think we've discussed this on the Never Watchers before. Is
Yeah.
when you try to make video game movies, or you're trying to cater to an audience that is, um, you're trying to cater to an audience that is used to a passive medium, and you're not going to
Right.
please those who are more involved in an active medium.
Yes, exactly.
So
Uh,
it's always going to be a hard struggle. Like, you have to try and appeal to the mass audience to some degree.
uh,
And there are some movies that do it well, and there are some movies that don't do it well. Ready
yeah.
Player One being a very poor example of how to
Oh,
do it not very well.
I barely like the book,
It's
to
an
be fair.
awful movie.
It's a terrible movie. Yes. Mike Tindo says she wouldn't make movies otherwise. That's true.
That is correct.
Nana says, yeah, there was a Monster Hunter movie that was barely Monster Hunter. I cannot believe that. But this
It's
is
like
what's
making a
crazy.
Street Fighter movie that's barely anything to do with Street
Well,
Fighting,
they have so many
and
iterations.
they've done that
But,
twice.
but don't forget, Hitman is a terrible movie, which I'm so
Oh,
disappointed in.
why did they make two of them?
Why? And then, what's the one? Oh, frick, I've just forgotten. Oh, I just forgotten the name of it. Oh, I hate myself for this, but
What was it?
Marky Mark was in it.
Oh, Max
Frick.
Payne.
Yes, Max Payne. How can you mess up Max Payne? Like how? Like the blueprint
Because
is there.
you cast Mark Wahlberg. That's
Mostly
why.
that. Mostly that.
And
Ah.
then another notorious example is Uncharted. Uncharted is a terrible, terrible
It's
movie as
so
well. Another Mark
bad.
Wahlberg one.
It's so bad, just across the board. It is terrible. Ugh, absolutely.
Shocking. I can't believe they're making a second one of that.
I know. Ugh. Ah.
Awful. Anyway, speaking of films that have games that have film adaptations,
Yes.
we're going to talk about a game that had a film adaptation. We're going to talk about a game version.
Okay.
Sonic.
All right. Okay.
So let's talk Sonic Generations, because Sonic
Ooh.
Generations, Sonic Cross Shadow Generations is due to come out a bit later on in the year, I believe in
Yes.
October.
Now
Uh,
I liked Sonic Generations from a few years ago.
I'm not gonna lie, I unironically love that game. I think it's
Right.
brilliant.
I really like it. I like the way they did it. I think it was
Yeah.
a good balance. But anyway,
Yeah,
yes.
after some of the schlock that we'd had from Sonic Team over the years, it was actually quite a nice return to form for me.
Yes.
So anyone who's really likes playing Sonic Generations will know that it's quite easily accessible
Yes.
at the moment,
Right.
because Sonic Generations is being delisted next month, but won't
Are
be
you kidding
entirely
me?
unavailable.
Are you kidding me, Pete?
Let's read the story and find out
Oh
what the
my
hell's going on, because
gosh.
sounds really confusing, right?
Yes, it does. 100%.
So,
Yes.
Sonic Generations being delisted from digital stores next month, and players will still have a way to buy it. In a statement posted in the official Sonic the Hedgehog account on Twitter on Friday, Sega confirmed that the 2011 game will be pulled from stores from September 9th, presumably a way to make way for the remaster Sonic Cross Shadows Generations. Um,
Okay.
However, it also stated that those who don't have the game will. However, it also stated that those who don't have the game will still be able to acquire it through a new bundle even after it's been delisted. It also reassured players of the Steam version, which has a small but dedicated modding scene, that mod support will continue to be enabled. So this is a quote. We're excited to share Sonic Cross Shadow Generations with you this October and see a new generation cherish this game as much as we do. On September 9th, the original Sonic Generations will be removed as a standalone title, but we've heard your feedback and want to help preserve the game.
Oh my
X'd it out.
gosh.
Anyway, carry on. Therefore, Sonic Generations will still be available via bundles of other iconic Sonic titles on Steam and Xbox. Existing owners of the title will still be able to download and play as well. Lastly, we are happy to confirm that mods on the Steam version will not be affected. So, let's find out what actually is properly going on with this, because the new
Okay.
bundle, which is called Sonic the Hedgehog Legacy Bundle,
Oh my
will
gosh.
include a number of Sonic games for $60.
That's insane. I'm sorry. I just yelled that. I very apologize to
And
our
I am
listeners.
just I'm just looking through these games, and let's just talk about the games on here, because
What?
oh,
What?
they're not good.
Yeah, $60 is
No,
insane.
so this is the games that come included within this bundle. Sonic Generations Collection, so I can only assume that that's probably the 3DS version as well.
Right?
Just some of the DLC. Sonic Adventure DX, fine. The director's cut version of it. Sonic
Okay.
Adventure 2, Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, fine.
Okay, well,
Sonic
we're
the
starting to
Hedgehog
get...
4, Episode 1 and 2. Oof.
Nope. Nope. Nope.
Sonic 3D Blast.
No!
And Sonic Spinball.
All the no, all the no, all the no, all the no.
All for $60 you can play
No.
these massive piles of crap games.
Oh my gosh. What the F?
Thanks, Sega, for preserving these rubbish games that we don't actually want preserved anymore.
Oh
No, I'm
my
joking.
gosh.
Preserve the
No, but...
games, but Jesus
Well,
Christ.
yeah, all right. Do it in like that weird thing that Sega does ever so often. They release like a, like, oh, Sega collection, but it's usually
Yeah.
like $20.
Oh, the Sonic, like having the Sonic Gems collection and a
Yeah,
Sonic Mega Gems
do
collection,
that.
and
Oh
frickin'
my
hell.
gosh. Nana says, I think they did this because of mods, and apparently the remaster of Sonic Colors was really bad. I'm not
Yeah,
surprised.
Sonic Colors Remastered was particularly bad, and
Oh my
but
gosh.
that's the thing. Sonic Colors is a really good game, though.
Is it? I have
I
not.
really enjoyed some of it. The
Okay, I
Wisp
haven't
stuff was
played it in
kind of annoying as
forever.
hell, but
Yeah, exactly.
it's quite okay actually. But I liked it.
Oh my
I was a
god.
lapsed Sonic fan for a while, so actually to get Generations and then Colors was
I
like,
mean,
oh, this is actually quite good.
I really enjoyed Generations. I'm not gonna lie. See, Nana says, look at the bundle. It gives you a decent amount of games, though, the adventure games and the Sonic 4 games, because no one will buy those on their own. I mean, he's correct. That's why they did that.
Yeah, there
That's
you
the
go.
exact reason why they did it. But
Yeah.
$60.
God, I remember when
Ah,
Sonic 4 Episode 1 came out, and I literally played the first level of the first episode and went, what the hell is
ooh.
wrong with the hit detection? The hit detection is
Yeah.
awful.
Yes, it was. It's very
Like
well. And then you
oh
could
the
glitch. You could glitch through like levels, like you would fall in
yeah.
the underneath the thing. Oh no, 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 no.
Yeah, it was clearly the way to try and bridge the 2D and the
It
3D
was.
gap because it had the lock-on system and all that, and it
Yes.
just did not work for 2D. It was stupid.
Oh no, no, no. Nana says, I say this as a fan. I say this as one of the two fans of Sonic 4. I said Sonic. Y'all remember Sonic? Of course you
Sonic.
do. I love
God,
Sonic.
Sonic Unleashed is one of the greatest on
Yes,
like
it is.
videos ever.
Yes, it is. Good
So
old
good.
Sonic. But
Yeah.
yes, I'm disappointed to hear the price point. If I'm honest, I mean, I am like Pete. I mean, Pete and I differ in he likes physical games. I like digital games, but I'm still for game preservation. So I am for game preservation, even Sonic 4. But $60 is a lot of money. Oh, I cannot imagine
So for
putting that
those
out.
who actually do want to play the game, and I believe that the Sonic Generations is currently available via the backwards compatibility on Xbox, you can go into your local CEX and buy it for £8.
Oh, there now see, £8 is good. It's worth it. Sonic Generations is a good game. I enjoyed it very much for
I
eight
think I know
pounds.
what I'm doing tomorrow. Actually,
Ooh,
I
very
might go
nice.
and check to see if it is actually in my local shop.
Ooh. I think
Hmm.
I think it's a worthwhile investment. I do for £8. Yeah.
For £8, yeah, definitely,
Yeah, exactly,
definitely,
exactly. But anyway,
yeah.
continuing
Sorry,
on, Pete, with our next news story.
sorry, I'm looking. Oh
I'm
yeah, sweet. It is in my local shop. I'm going to buy that tomorrow.
For our
Sweet.
listeners, I'm on my last glass. Anyway, yes.
Okay. Right. Speaking of games that have been preserved,
Yes. My favorite.
um, and this is another game that has had
Right.
several, several re-releases over the years.
Oh, interesting.
However, we've got a new re-release of a set of titles
Okay. I'm
because
intrigued.
let me read.
Okay.
Enhanced editions of Doom and Doom 2 are on the way.
Yes.
But there
Oh,
is an update to it
yes.
that will carry on with the
Okay.
update. So ahead of a likely announcement at QuakeCon,
I love
user
QuakeCon.
Wario64 on Twitter has discovered a Steam listing for the enhanced versions.
I'm very excited about
So the
that.
update is that Doom and Doom 2 is now available on Steam, PSN, Xbox, and Switch. Bundle costs $10.
Oh,
It appears
I'll
that
pay
players who
that.
already own Doom or Doom 2 can download the enhanced editions at no extra cost.
I already do, of course. Oh, that's amazing. Oh, that's so good to
So,
hear.
what does this include? Let's
Yes.
go through it, shall
Yes.
we?
Yes.
Because both
Yes.
games will be included in one package and will contain Doom 2, a new deathmatch pack with 25 maps, and 6 bonus episodes. So, TNT Evolution,
Yes.
the Plutonian Experiment, master levels for Doom 2, No Rest for the Living, Sigil, and Legacy of Rust.
Yes. Amazing.
So
That
the
makes me
last of
very
these,
excited.
Legacy Rust, is an all-new episode which has been created by members of id Software, Night Dive Studios, and Machine Games.
Oh, that's amazing.
So according to the Steam listing, the new enhanced editions of the game will run on the KEX engine,
Okay.
which was used recently, which was used by the recently released remastered Doom 64, Quake, and Quake 2.
Yes, which I
This
played.
results. So this is going to result in native 16:9 support and 60 FPS and gameplay at 1080p on all platforms and up to 120 FPS in 4K on some hardware.
Okay. That's a little
The
too much
game
for
that
me, but okay.
So the game that never dies will never die because they will update this game to run on quite literally everything.
I love this game. This is not
And
a secret.
thank goodness. Also, here's another
Uh-huh.
new addition to it.
Okay.
Players will also be able to choose between the original soundtrack or a new arranged soundtrack by Andrew Holsholt, who
Oh,
composed the music for Brutal Doom and co-composed the music for the Ancient Gods expansion of Doom Eternal.
which is great and fine, but why would you ever not choose the original?
Because it's nice to have the option.
I love having the option. It's
Much
like,
like the same as Mario RPG had the option to
okay,
play both.
well, that, and then, of course, I always go back to the Master Chief Collection where you could switch between the original Halo and the original Halo
And the
2. Or
look, yeah.
yeah, I just
Or the
love that.
remastered versions, yeah.
Love that. But anyway, so for people who know, of course you know if you've been a listener of this show, I'm a huge Doom fan. We did a Doom review a few years ago. Please go check it out. It's over on YouTube.
Christ.
Yes, but
That review was like being slapped up by a cacodemon several
that
times
was
over.
that was the toughest review Pete and I combined have ever done together.
Christ.
I could not have finished it without Pete. It was insane, but we got it at the very last minute, and I played it for 48 hours. I think I played it 48 hours
Yeah.
straight, and then we did the review because it was our first embargo in view.
Yeah.
In view review.
In
But
view.
in view. But my point being that I absolutely love Doom. I do. I love everything. It's like the culmination of everything I love about games. FPS. It evolved from the old style FPS, which we know, which is Doom, Quake, Heretic, all Hexen, all of
Duke
that,
Nukem.
Blood, Duke Nukem, all of that. That was so me. I know that some of our listeners, were never even born yet. Can you believe that, Pete? Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, I know. Like poor Nana. But
Way
uh,
to feel old.
But those were the games, the PC games that I, quote, cut my teeth on. So Doom has always had a special place in my heart. And then obviously we did the review. To hear this is absolutely, I love this. I love this. I love
Yep.
it.
Do you
Yeah.
know what else I also love about this
What's
final
that?
statement? Because there's something else that's also being included within this
Okay.
package.
What's that?
This will also support cross-platform multiplayer for up to 16 players in
Oh,
both deathmatch and co-op mode.
oh my gosh. Okay.
And
Listeners.
for the stunningly low price of $10 for 2 games.
Okay. Listeners and watchers of this show. If you happen to get this version of Doom and you want to play it with me over on KILEY_WILDE, let me know because we will absolutely do this on a Monday. Holy
Do it.
crap, yes, we will.
Do it.
Pete, you should do it. But yes,
It depends on where I'm going to play the game because 4K 120 FPS, ooh, that's tempting.
I know you should play it, and then we should play it on a Monday, not this coming Monday.
Or maybe Xbox.
Yeah, I have not
Might
started
be
my
worth
Xbox.
actually dusting off the Xbox for.
I was gonna say, I literally haven't. I'm sorry, listeners. I'm gonna tell the truth right here. I have not touched my Xbox in over a month.
It's all right because I've currently got a paperweight sitting right next to me that is called
Uh
a
huh.
Dubai Tower. No, I mean a PS5.
Right. Exactly.
That has not been touched for a while. There might
Oh.
be in the coming days.
Mike says,
Check that later.
"Nice. Gotta love Doom. Oh, I love Doom. Absolutely love Doom."
Yeah, I see
To
now
be
I'm
fair.
not as affiliated with the Doom games because I wasn't a PC player back in the day, but
Oh,
obviously
see, I was.
later on in my years I have played it since and
Yeah.
wow, it's hard to go back to playing it obviously if you're used to a more modern FPS, but the
Yes, no, that is
iterations that
true.
they have done on it have still made it incredibly relevant.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna say something that will absolutely shock anyone who's been a long time listener of this show. I love, yes, exactly, Mike. Doom is mood. Also look up Doot Doot. But I love Doom. I can't believe I'm going to say this, Pete. I love Doom more than Halo.
Of course you do.
I do. I
That's because there's
do.
more good Doom games than there are actually Halo games.
There are, like, don't get me wrong. I've said this before. I love the romance between Master Chief and Cortana. It's very
Cortana.
reminiscent. Cortana. That's my American accent. But, like, it is a beautiful romance. It is like a neurodivergent romance. If for people who know what that means. But Doom speaks to me on a different level because you just shoot. You just go, you just FPS your way through. It makes perfect sense. I just have always loved Doom. I've always loved Doom. And then Quake and Unreal are
Oh,
probably,
Unreal.
I love Unreal. They're probably equal, but Doom for me is number one.
I never got on board with like a lot of the other Unreal games. Like it's just Unreal Tournament was just
Unreal
my
Tournament.
jam.
Oh,
Jesus.
that's where we all cut our teeth. Everyone of our generation cut our teeth on Unreal Tournament.
Yeah, so I remember I had so many memories of this because we used to
Oh,
have, well, I'm old as hell. We used to have
me too.
internet cafes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh
So
my
the
gosh,
one that was local
yes.
to my town, it was fantastic. We used to just go, it was run by a gamer, so we'd just go and sit in there.
Mhm.
And it had UT like installed on all the machines, so we would just
Oh
play at
yeah.
LAN all the time. It was brilliant.
We had a LAN cafe that had UT and also 2142. And 1942, and that's what we would do.
Mm.
We would go after
Yeah,
karate. We would all head over. God, I'm such a nerd. I'm such a nerd. We'd all head over to the LAN cafe, and we played either Doom or we played 1942 or 2142, and
yeah,
it was amazing. Happy
yeah.
memories.
It
Um.
was also the first place that I'd played Far Cry 1 and 2
Oh
and
right.
Gary's Mod as well.
Oh yes, Gary's Mod. Yes, because the LAN cafes, at least over in America, East Texas, they were the only PCs that could run that kind of stuff. Like my personal PC could not run that at the time.
Mm.
I could run Oblivion. That's
But
all
not
I.
that.
Yeah, not that. Uh, Mike says sometimes I love this. I love this. Sometimes you just need to rip and tear until it's done. I kid you not. If I ever get a boyfriend ever in my life, I'm going to just be like, rip and tear, baby, rip and tear. There's a meme, a classic meme that's about that. That's like, when I get home, I'm gonna rip and tear, baby. So yeah, I'm totally into that. Nana says I used to play Shadow War. Oh my gosh, yes, Shadow
Damn,
Warrior.
Shadow Warrior.
Yes, the old version when that was free. So I know my way around a game Doom like so. I love Shadow Warrior. Mike says my sister played a lot of GTA Vice City and internet cafes. Yes, I love Vice City. I love it
Amazing.
to this day. Mike says she was only 10 or so. Oh my gosh, I was like 20. I'm so old. I'm so old.
When GTA Vice City came out?
Oh, no, 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 but I mean like internet cafes, like
Oh, okay.
when
Yeah,
I was
yeah, yeah,
playing,
no.
1942 with the guy that I had a crush on at the time. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
Pete, I kid you not. So we would go, okay, after karate, we'd run over to the LAN cafe, and then we'd sit next to each other, and we'd play 1942, and we would just quietly touch toes. We'd like touch our feet to each other. We were like, hee hee hee. Such a dork. I am a
There you go.
huge dork. I am a
Yes.
huge dork. Just for
Yes.
anyone who doesn't know that. Mike says clothes will be ripped. Yes, exactly. Clothes will be ripped. Hearts will be torn. Oh, yeah. Hell
Mm.
yeah.
Do you know what else might be torn up?
What's that, Pete?
Marathon.
Oh. Speaking of Bungie, okay, let's hear about Marathon.
Yeah, because the mood at Bungie regarding its upcoming
Oh.
game Marathon is not great, it's claimed.
Oh.
And by the way, I was listening to this for a fair while.
Oh,
I'll get
dear.
on to that. So, according to the latest episode of Skill Up's Friends Per Second podcast, Bloomberg journalist Jason Schreier was asked what the temperature check was at Bungie regarding Marathon. Yeah, I was listening to this for this reason because yeah.
Because he's not my
So
favorite
Schreier
person.
replied, I didn't finish it. Jason Schreier's voice gets on my nerves.
Exactly. I cannot. Oh.
Yeah, anyway, so
Yeah.
he replied, not great from what I've heard. There's a reason that it was planned for this year and slipped a whole year, and people that I've talked to are a little pessimistic about it hitting its current planned deadline. But we'll see. I don't know exactly when that is, sometime in 2025. I'm not sure. He added, yeah, the sentiment I've heard is not great around it, at least of a few months ago. Oh dear.
I do like what Mike said, which is for a moment I was thinking about a chocolate bar when Pete said marathon. Which
You mean
I
Snickers?
was gonna say for our American listeners, Snickers as we know it is called marathon over
Well,
here.
it used to be known as Marathon until they changed it to Snickers.
Yeah,
Universal
which is
Worldwide Brand.
weird. So weird. Oh, I love Snickers. Reese's is still my favorite, but Snickers is pretty dang good.
Yeah. Mm,
Mike says Snickers to himself.
I always do that. No one laughs at my jokes.
Yeah, me
Anyway,
too, Pete. Me too. I have to laugh at
anyway.
myself.
So, anyway, Schreier also pointed out that the game received a leadership shake-up earlier in the year with game director Christopher Barrett and executive producer Carrie Guzkos, however you
Okay.
pronounce it,
Sure.
left the project. Given his opinion on the likely reception to the game when it's released, Schreier said he didn't feel the Bungie fan base would be enthusiastic about a PvP extraction shooter, and that he was concerned its continued development may lead to a similar issue to that of Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League.
Ooh. Oh. Oh. Now I have lots to say about this.
Shall I go with the quote?
Go for it, and
And
then
then you can
I.
comment on it. Suicide
Absolutely.
Squad started development in 2017 when live service was the hot new thing, and because of sunk cost fallacy and endless
Yeah.
delays, and because there really wasn't any an interest or willingness in canceling it, because they had committed so much money to it, and there was just a belief that we just want to get it out, it's going to be cool. It came out and just totally flopped. I'm worried about Marathon being in a similar situation where it's been in development for a while. It entered development and extraction shooters were super hot. I don't know if that's the case anymore. And now, because they've committed so much money, and because it was the project that was the furthest along, as opposed to all their other incubation bets, they're really putting a lot into it, and I'm just not sure there's much of a chance it'll be successful. But then again, you know, if you asked me in January, I would have been like, yeah, Helldivers, that game is going to tank so freaking hard, and it just looks like a disaster.
Yes.
And then, of course, turned out to be the biggest thing ever. So that's why I like to report and not so much make prognostications.
Okay. Now, I have a lot of experience with Suicide Squad. So we're going to talk about that.
Go for it.
Mags and we started out playing Fortnite. And then he was like, hey, why don't we try Suicide Squad? So we tried Suicide Squad. Now, to start with Suicide Squad, it wasn't a bad game. Now, this is before they had the quote battle pass. So we played it. It was a lot of fun. We kept it up for a couple of months.
Sorry, I'm going to disagree with you there. Fair enough, you're each to their own, but it's the worst game I've played this year.
Well, see, that's the thing. But see, I've said this earlier, and I'm going to say this now. My judgment is clouded in the fact that me and Max had a lot of fun, but I think that we had a lot of fun because it was me and Max,
Yeah.
as opposed to the game. But I don't know. I do know that when they enacted the battle pass, that's at the point where we got like, okay, this is just grinding. We're doing the same thing over and over. This is not fun. The game itself is not fun. Yeah, chatting and talking, that's fun. But the game itself is not fun. Um, so I'm a little bit clouded on my judgment there, and I will be honest there. But Marathon is a classic. If you know Bungie, which obviously I do, uh, it's a classic. If they do not go the route of Battle Pass and looter shooter,
They will.
which, okay, let's be honest, they will. But if they don't, it'll be fine. If they do go that route, yeah, they're effed in the A. Which is sad because Bungie is one of my absolute favorite developers. I don't hide that. But they have been making some terrible decisions, let's be honest. They have been making some absolute terrible decisions recently. Oh, Mike says some games are fun because of the people you play with it make it fun. Well, see, that's the
Yeah,
thing.
agreed.
I can never really give, I'm going to be honest here, I can never really give my honest opinion about Suicide Squad because the person I was playing with, Max, made it fun. Was the game itself fun? I don't know because we were
You were just
laughing
in the
and
moment.
joking.
You were
Yeah,
enjoying
exactly.
the game itself.
Exactly. I never really paid attention to what I was doing. Mike says on their own they can be a bit of a drag. See, if I was on my own, yeah, that probably would be. It would absolutely be a drag.
It was.
See, I can't give an honest opinion on that because I never
I
played it.
can.
You
It was
can.
an
That's right. You did.
it was an utter embarrassment of a game.
That's right. You did play it on your own. That's right.
Yes, I did. It was awful. It
So,
was an utterly terrible experience.
see, I feel terrible because I didn't have it like on my
No,
own.
you shouldn't because you had a completely different
I
experience, and
did. I
it just
did.
goes to show that people can have fun doing something that's not necessarily enjoyable.
Right?
And people have different experiences of things as well.
We did. We I again, yeah, see, it's very difficult for me to separate the game from the experience. And in fact, we were supposed to do the Mrs. Freeze battle pass, but we never got around to it. So I don't know if that's any good or not. I have zero experience on that. But
Don't really understand why you take an established character, gender swap them when you got so many
I
amazing female like characters within the DC universe that you can do.
I was very confused about that. I'm not gonna lie, Pete. Mike says Among Us. Oh yeah, Among Us. For example, if you play it with your
Amogus.
friends, you're in for a ride of a time. He's correct. Yes, exactly. Poor Flame. If Flame is still in the chat, yes, I played Amogus with Flame. It was a very fun experience.
Mm.
But that is actually a perfect example. I will never play Amogus, on my own. I don't. It's not fun for me. I don't
No.
like playing multiplayer games on my own. I do, however, love playing it with friends. I absolutely love multiplayers with friends and on chat and all that kind of stuff. And that makes it the experience go up to here. You
Yeah,
can't even see
I
my hand.
agree.
Up to here as opposed to down here. And Mike says if you play it on your own with randos, maybe not. Exactly, that's exactly it. I have played various games with randos. I don't like it. Pete is a perfect example. When me and Pete and a past co-host used to play Halo Infinite, I would not have played Halo Infinite if it weren't for Pete and past co-host.
I wouldn't have played it as long as it was,
No,
as long as we did, if it wasn't for you guys. I probably
exactly,
wouldn't have enjoyed Back for Blood as much if it wasn't for us
exactly.
playing the beta together and enjoying that.
Back for Blood,
Um,
Destiny 2, uh,
Destiny 2, Among Us when we
Halo.
played it on New Year's Eve,
Oh
that was
yes, so
fantastic.
fun, so fun. Yeah, see, so I cannot, you know what? Pete has just reiterated exactly the point I'm trying to make. I cannot give a clear, I don't know what the word
Distinction.
is. Yeah, with a game separate from, if it's a multiplayer game, if I play it with people that I enjoy playing games
Yeah,
with, I'm going to enjoy the game. Even if
yeah,
it's crap. If even if it's
yeah,
crap, I'm going to enjoy it.
your experience goes hand in hand with the people that you play it with more than anything, rather than actually
Exactly.
just the game itself. Because Destiny
Exactly.
2 was kind of crap.
I will
There were
say,
certain
no, you're
elements of
right.
Destiny 2 that's really good,
You're
but
right.
actually the reason why I played it as long as I did was because of you guys.
I was gonna say, now I did play Destiny 2 on my own, but I majority of the time I played it with Kieran, our former co-host. Uh, if Kieran and I had not played it together, I don't think I would have lasted as long as I did for Destiny 2.
Surprised I did.
To be fair, Pete, you did. You gave it a very good try. Mike says Dead by Daylight is another good one that is better to play with friends. Yes,
I've always wanted to play Dead by Daylight, but I've never found a decent group of people to go and play
that's
it with.
but Mike is absolutely correct, because that is like, we go back to Back for Blood. Again, me and Pete and Kieran, we played that. If it weren't for
Don't forget about Brent.
and Brent, that's right. Oh yeah, because we did that whole
We did. We did
review.
a whole
Yeah,
article on it
we did.
where 75% of what I wrote got cut out of it.
Yeah, but it had a good reason to be
I
cut.
know. I'm gonna give you crap about
It
it
was,
every single
I
time.
know, but it was. I want to know. I want our listeners to know that Pete wrote an amazing addendum to that article, but it was a bit much.
There,
Only because it was long.
there isn't many people that can make an online netcode sound feasibly interesting. It's almost
All right,
impossible.
but I learned a lot.
Yeah, you did.
I
You
did.
you learned a crap ton
I
and
did.
cut most of it out so that
It's
nobody
true.
else could learn it.
No, it's just too long. But Mike says, especially with the next upcoming killer for Dead by Daylight, really looking forward to that. Hey, Pete, one less person to find.
Yeah, cool. I'll bear
but
that in mind, Mike.
but see, that's the thing that you're always going to run into, at least here on Rapid Reviews, Rapid Reviews Radio, I should say. When it comes to multiplayer games, I can 100% say that for me personally, it is influenced by the people I play it with. Destiny 2 was amazing because I played it with Kieran, and at times I played it with Kieran and Pete. Um,
Hmm.
Other games, Suicide Squad is amazing because I played it with Mags. Is it an amazing game? I don't actually know, because we were
Yeah.
laughing and joking and just being silly, so it made it a great game. Is it a great game? I don't know. Uh, Me and Pete playing Halo Infinite, and then me and Pete and Kieran playing Halo Infinite. I
Was
enjoyed
it a
it.
great game? Who knows?
I don't know, because we
It was
all three,
okay.
yeah, we laughed and joked and had a good time.
Look, any time that I can actually get positive KD, it actually seems all right. I had a couple of
Yeah.
games where I absolutely stomped it.
And then as you said, the Among Us. Uh,
Chungus.
yes. That was so much fun. We had a Rapid Reviews Among Us. I think this was the first game we actually played with Kieran ever.
I think it was, but that was our New Year's for
It
2020
was.
because we couldn't leave the house.
We couldn't, like, we were in lockdown. Exactly.
Yeah.
P is making exactly the point I'm trying to make. We were in lockdown. We couldn't do anything. We just hopped on Amogus and we had a great time.
Yeah, there's so many people that joined us. Nana joined
Oh, it
us,
was
Chloe
so
joined
good.
us, Millie joined
It was
us,
so
Kieran
good.
joined us, Lewis joined us.
Yep, that's the first time I ever met Kieran, and he had a broken leg. so
Yep.
So if you hear this, Kieran, we're thinking about you. But I mean, but that's also true for Mags's quote unquote community nights. I've joined in Mags's many community nights. Games that I would not normally play. Arclight is one. Me and Danker played that with Mags. Would I normally play that? Probably not. The fact that I played it with those two and it was fun,
Yeah.
loved it. Absolutely loved it. Uh,
Yeah. Talking about that, like a
mhm.
game that I probably wouldn't have enjoyed playing on my own. I did try and
It's
play it
okay,
on
Nana.
my own.
Mhm.
Wasn't quite the same, but when I joined it for the community night, it was great fun. It was,
Yeah.
Party Animals.
Oh, Party Animals. Yes, that was one of the first community nights you ever played, Pete. I
Yeah,
remember that. I
it
didn't
was
join
great.
in. I was watching. Um, yeah, would I ever play Party Animals on my own? No, not at all. That's not a thing I would do. But I joined in Mags's community night. Loved it. Loved every second of it. Um, Nana says haven't played that one yet. I
Yeah.
probably will do a
But
community
anyway,
night over on
shall
my
we?
channel.
Yeah, we should. Yeah, we'll probably will do a community night at
Yeah,
some point
it would be
anyway.
way
But
fun.
yeah, coming back to marathon, I'm really
Yes,
worried about marathon. I don't know how it's going to come out. I don't know what it's going to look like.
I know.
I think they've teased it far too early, to be honest.
Well, the thing is, they've been teasing it for a couple of years now, because they've been talking about this remake for literally a couple of years.
Yeah, they have, but they still teased it too early. They showed
They did.
a
I will
teaser
agree with
trailer
that.
for a game that essentially hasn't really got a loop yet. I haven't really got anything yet. It's kind of like the Anthem situation all over again.
It's exactly like Anthem. Oh my gosh, can you believe that? Which the original Marathon, again, this is I'm talking to Bungie fans right now. Was amazing. Is it up to date for today's? No. I
It's
mean,
an
agree
old
with
game,
me.
that's
It's a
why.
very old game.
It's pre-Halo.
It is. It's pre-Halo. It was very advanced for its time, but it's not.
Yeah,
It's bad.
yeah.
It's bad. They have to do a
But
lot to make it
yeah,
apply to today.
I just don't know how they're going to handle it. If like extraction PvP shooter is not going to work too well for it, I don't
Ah!
think. But we'll wait and see. We'll reserve judgment until we see actual gameplay for it, and
I mean, that's true.
let's just let Bungie cook. They could come up with
I
something
mean,
decent. We never know. I think just the pessimism around the fact that Bungie have made some pretty terrible decisions recently hasn't helped. But and their firing of staff and all that. But we have to remember this is a completely different Bungie from what was experienced during the Microsoft era.
yes, yes.
Most of the talent like Joseph Staten have all gone. They're off elsewhere. So just this is a
Woo.
different Bungie. It's kind of like the same thing with Suicide Squad and Rocksteady. It's a completely different Rocksteady to the ones that are actually making the Arkham series.
Oh
So
gosh, yeah,
just wait and see what comes out of it. Obviously, let's make judgment once we can actually see and play the game. But obviously, if it doesn't
yeah.
pique your interest, then don't spend the money and don't play it. Fair enough. I
I
guess
mean,
you're entitled to do that.
yeah, exactly.
But anyway, let's talking of Arkham and Warner Brothers.
Oh, great.
So we've got a couple of stories here to do with Warner Brothers. So I'll compound them
Okay,
in together because
that's what she said.
so funnily enough, let's actually start with this one because I think it
Okay,
will lead into the next one a bit better.
okay.
So the the article says Warner Brothers Discovery has announced that its Q2 gaming revenue has fallen
Ooh.
41% year on year, thanks in part to sales performance of Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League.
Well, okay. I have so much to say about that.
Anyway, so according to the company's Q4 2024 earnings results, which were published on Wednesday, all of its major segments, including cinema, TV, and video games, saw a decrease in revenue compared to Q2 2023. So, quote,
Yes.
games revenue declined 41% pre XFX, primarily driven by weak performance of Suicide Squad this year compared to the strong performance of Hogwarts Legacy in the prior year.
Oh
Do you
my
remember when people
gosh.
wanted to boycott
I
Hogwarts Legacy?
I do remember that very well. I remember.
How well did that game end up doing? It ended up selling 20 something million copies because boycotts clearly never worked for that game.
Yep.
Too many Harry Potter fans that are not plugged into Twitter. Almost like that's a thing. Anyway, carrying on. Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League was the company's biggest recent video game release. Developed by Arkham series creators Rocksteady, the game was met with mixed reviews and failed to achieve a consistent player base. Uh, oh, you can't actually do any checks at the moment. Sorry.
No.
I was going to ask you to see if you could check Steam charts to see how many concurrent players were.
Oh no, I can't. I
No,
can't.
that's fine. I'll have a look in a bit. Anyway, during its last earnings result in May 2024, Warner Brothers Discovery CEO David Zaslav said the difference between Suicide Squad's performance and that of Hogwarts Legacy last year had resulted in a $200 million impact
Oh
to
my gosh.
EBITDA. I don't know what that's supposed to mean.
I don't know what that
Uh,
means.
uh, oh, it says earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization, or whatever that is,
Okay.
during the first quarter.
Okay.
So, according to Bloomberg, a large number of Rocksteady developers are currently working on a new version of Hogwarts Legacy.
Okay. Cool. Cool.
Uh,
Cool.
Following the Batman Arkham Studios struggles with live service, it's claimed that Rocksteady leaders are also planning to pitch a new single-player title to Warner Brothers
Interesting.
games.
Okay.
Anyway, let's not go into that because this leads on to this story.
Okay.
Because David Zaslav has said that he's looking into licensing the company's IP to non-Warner Brothers studios to produce games.
Interesting. I'm confused, but interesting.
So speaking as part of the company's financial results, David Zaslav discussed why he thought 2023's Hogwarts Legacy was such a success and how that can be a template for future titles. One of the reasons that Hogwarts, so this is a quote, one of the reasons that Hogwarts Legacy was so successful and the #1 game last year was that you went to Hogwarts Legacy and you entered the game and you were able to become part of that world. That
Right.
ultimately, I think, is a big piece of where the industry is going. That will create a movie, whether it's Batman or Superman or Harry Potter, and maybe there'll be a TV show. But the
Oh
ability to
dear.
go into that world and have that experience and spending time with all the characters is something that we still own. We have 11 studios here and we have a lot of IP, and there's a lot of interest among others in coming to take advantage of some of that IP for gaming, which we're looking at.
Aha.
Anyway, I'm glad the article mentions this because I think he seems to have forgotten this.
Okay.
Despite a large number of established IP, Warner has faced difficulty in the last years. Whilst Mortal Kombat continues to be a
Oh
success,
my gosh.
Hogwarts Legacy was the biggest game of 2023. Several of its
It
largest
was.
properties have been largely untouched in recent years.
That's so weird. That's so
And
weird.
I also think he forgot about multiverses as well. But I think most of the community and most of the internet has forgotten about multiverses.
Yeah, like okay, so I believe Danker and I, and of course Max, we played Multiverses, and it
Oh
was
yeah, and it was a crapshoot.
terrible. It was
Well, me
terrible.
when it
And
was in its
yes,
beta
you
stage, me and
and
Kieran
Kieran,
both played it,
yes.
and it wasn't great back then.
Mhm.
I mean, considering they recently added or are adding Samurai Jack to the game, I
I
should
do
be
love Samurai
interested,
Jack.
but
I
I
love
don't
Samurai Jack.
give a crap.
No, I'm totally like I'm totally yeah. Nana says the story of multiverses is insane. Well, and Danker says still is. Um yeah, like that night that we tried to play multiverses was so frustrating because there was no the multiplayer just bottomed out. It just wouldn't happen. So and Max ended up playing by himself
Hmm.
for the rest of the stream. Um but it's like no, that's just what it comes down to. The multiplayer sucked. The multiplayer for a multiplayer game sucked. And that's the end of. I think it could have been a really great game, except it sucked. I mean, it just 100% sucked. The multiplayer sucked. And that's really all I have to say about that. I think it could have been
Yes,
fun, but they ruined it. They
they
absolutely
did,
ruined it.
and it was awful. It was a
Yeah.
terrible, terrible game.
Yeah.
But this is not. This is quite fitting for WB. They are in a real bother at the moment when it comes to any of their properties, whether it be film, TV,
Honestly,
games,
yes.
anything. The fact is
Yes.
that they've now had to reboot the DC universe in film for the third time.
I know. Exactly. Also, I'm not
Um,
wrong.
the fact that, you know, not only that, but quite a lot of their TV series are not doing particularly well. They have spent a lot of time, a lot of money in pissing everyone off.
Mhm.
I mean, they had a Batwoman movie coming out,
I
or
know. Exactly.
and they shelved it for no apparent reason.
No reason. She looked amazing. The story was amazing, and they shelved it. Just
They
whoosh.
shelved that, but yet they come out with utter nonsense and tripe, such
Yeah.
as that Tom and Jerry movie that looked bloody awful.
Nana
And then
said,
they're,
mhm.
I think the only thing that they're doing of recent times that actually is half decent, and it's not even due out for at least a couple of years because they haven't talked to casting, they haven't talked anything, is the fact that they're going to have a book accurate Harry Potter TV series.
Ugh.
Trust me, that is something that will generate money for them. Yeah, but
I
it might not be your thing, but
well,
there are
I was
so
gonna
many
say,
people out there that are mad
I
about Harry Potter.
I have to be honest. I've said this before. I've never read the Harry Potter books. I've never seen a Harry Potter movie. I don't really know anything about Harry Potter. So that's just me. That's just my personal. Like, it may be great. I have no idea. Um, let's see. Nana says WE has managed to piss everyone off. Mike says WE are no strangers to tax write-offs.
Mm,
Um, God, see, I'm just so divided because, like I said, did Suicide Squad suck? I'm sure it did. Mags and I don't play it anymore, so clearly it did. We were supposed to play it, to get the you know, oh frick, whatever, Mr. Freeze, but
us.
Miss Freeze, and then he changed his mind. So I can't give you an unbiased opinion about Suicide Squad. I
Mm.
cannot. MK1 or whatever the frick it's
Oh,
called
and
now.
Mortal Kombat 1 has
Yeah,
not been doing well.
it hasn't been doing well, but MK11 was great. Um, why they changed it to MK1, I don't understand. I don't know.
I don't really know either, but they announced their characters for the next pass, and
Yeah,
that didn't go down well.
it didn't. And I absolutely love, this is not a joke. I don't know that we've talked about it on here, but I loved Batman from, a couple of years ago. What's his face? Vampire guy. Um
Oh, Robert Pattinson, the
that
Batman.
one. I actually enjoyed that version of Batman. I actually enjoyed it very much. And look forward to the next installment. Um but I I think it's kind of hit or miss. I don't know. I don't think that they're doing well. I don't think that they're doing well. WB is doing well.
Mm. And they're doing terribly.
I think
They're
so.
not doing well at all.
I don't think so.
But they will learn eventually. David Zaslav will eventually get the point. Maybe. Not
Maybe.
really. I
I
don't
don't
think
know.
so.
Like, I liked the TV show Gotham. I thought it was really cool.
Mm,
But they didn't, like, they tried to do what Gotham Knights, I think they tried to make a show based on Gotham Knights, and then that get canceled immediately. Just you know,
mm,
I don't think that they know what they're doing right now.
yep. I'm just looking through this Combat Pack 2 characters. And this is annoying because like I'd love to play as Ghostface. That would be cool as
Oh, yeah,
hell.
absolutely.
But just
Absolutely.
don't really care about Mortal Kombat 1.
I I mean, like, I love Mortal Kombat, but it's not been good. It's
No,
not been
it's been
good.
awful.
It's been awful. I'm gonna agree with you
Yeah,
there.
it has. But anyway, that's our news for this week.
Whoop whoop.
Pretty bad. Pretty bad news for some of it. Apart from
Yeah,
Doom. Doom's doing well.
Doom is amazing, and I want to say, remind everyone, please go play Doom. Doom is amazing, and also
Do
go
it.
check out our review of Doom
Do it.
over on the Rep Reviews YouTube. Nana says Combat Pass 2 might be the worst season pass I've ever seen. Oh my goodness.
No.
No.
It's a bad one. I can't think to offhand of what's worse,
Oh
but I've
dear.
seen some bad ones.
Oh my.
I mean, DLC just as a whole. I don't really like battle passes anyway. I
I
really get
I don't
pissed with
either.
them.
I'm kind of over battle passes.
Yeah.
It worked for Destiny. I really enjoyed Destiny 2. But again,
Hmm.
how much of that was influenced by the people I played it with versus the actual game?
Yeah.
Who knows?
So yeah, Nana says free returning characters and free guests. That makes no sense. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. But this is the formula that WB and NetherRealm have been
Yes.
doing since the revival of in Mortal Kombat 9 in 2009, I think it was,
It's true.
whenever it was, or
Yeah.
2011. But yeah, because they would always have a guest character because they had Kratos in the PS3 version
Yes,
of
that's right.
MK9. They've had several horror movie characters like Freddy, Jason,
Yep.
Alien, Predator, and all those seem to get hype. I mean, MKX had some great guest characters, and they
I
actually
mean,
played
yeah.
really well with the meta. But it's literally done just for appeal, and the fact that it's easier to go and license a character to generate easy hype, and it
Yeah.
just I think people have started to see through it because the games themselves are just vapid at this point.
Yes, that. I think that's the perfect descriptor. It's vapid. That is the absolute perfect descriptor for WB games at this point.
Whereas you look at Street Fighter 6, they're generating two guest characters in there that has got a lot of speculation going around about what's going to be the future of Capcom and
Yeah.
SNK.
Yeah. It's very
You
true.
know, and also I have to it's stupid. I mean,
Mike says Smash Brothers Ultimate ruins MK11 for me.
well, it's easy done because Smash Ultimate is the ultimate crossover game.
Yes, although I do like MK11 because it has Joker, the good Joker, the really cool Joker.
Yeah, but Joker was also in Injustice, and Injustice 2 wasn't that great.
I mean, yes, that's true. Mike says, imagine my surprise when Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate came out. I know.
And yeah, it ran like dog crap on the
It did.
Switch. It was really bad.
And everyone was not there. I
Yep.
know. See, they've just made bad decisions. But
Yeah, the
anyway.
only time that you'll ever get that sort of situation when it comes to Mortal Kombat was Mortal Kombat Armageddon on the PS2,
Woo!
when
Yes.
you actually had an everyone was here situation before Smash Brothers did it.
Yes. Oh, that actually brought me back because if you remember PlayStation, the original PlayStation, and they
What
had
PS1 and
PS1 Sub-Zero, I was like, I'm
Oh
out.
god,
I'm
Sub-Zero
done. I'm done.
Mythologies was awful.
Yes, I was like, I'm done. I love Mortal Kombat, but I'm done. And then they brought it back. But anyway, so I think that's going to wrap it up for us.
It is.
Yes, but stick around for our post podcast
Yeah.
chat
Yeah.
over at twitch.tv/rapper reviews. Please come join us. You're amazing, and we would love to see you there to continue the conversation. But Pete, tell us where they can find you outside of this wonderful, beloved podcast.
So you can find me lurking around several Discord servers, such as the Rapid Reviews UK one, and occasionally
Ooh.
Modern Escapism.
Yes.
Well, more so now, probably the Mike Tendo 64 Discord. Yeah. But you can listen to my dulcet tones and watch my terrible gameplaying of Smash Ultimate when the Game and Chat episode comes out tomorrow, I believe it is. Mike, please let me know in the chat if that is coming out tomorrow. Also on the Never Watchers podcast, if you do like films and TV. Yeah, still trying to get the Dune Part 2 episode up and running. Been bad.
Yes.
I've just not had the time to actually look at it, so hopefully this week I'll get the chance to look at it. But anyway, yeah, so check that out, and we should be doing another episode soon.
Ooh, very nice.
Cody, where can they find you and your streaming?
Please come join me over on twitch.tv/KILEY_WILDE, where I'm trying to make affiliate. I went to TwitchCon back in, was it June? I don't even remember.
It was June.
Okay, thank you. And I had to go up and I had to tell them, obviously my username or whatever. And they were like, oh, you got an underscore? That's so rare. I was like, really? Is it? So apparently I've got like a special name. So please come find me there. And I definitely stick to a Monday, Wednesday, and Friday schedule. But sometimes, as I said earlier on the show, well, I might have said it before we started recording, but when I'm feeling particularly lonely and sad and very sad, I will like come find me. I will stream on like other games. Like sometimes I do sometimes I do House Flipper, but not always. Sometimes I do Hitman. Sometimes I just do whatever the game I'm doing or whatever. But if I'm particularly lonely, I will start streaming. Um, if I stream outside of Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, that means please come talk to me. I'm lonely. um, whereas my community is very open. It takes all kinds. We're very friendly. We're very open. We're very accepting of other people. Neurodiversity is absolutely 100% accepted and respected. Um, so yeah, you can just come along, talk to me because I'm lonely and I need people to talk to me. And we
Do it.
have fun. What, Pete?
I said do it.
Yes, do it. Do it. But yes, I would love to see you there. I will 100% absolutely accept you and envelop you, and you will be accepted in my community. We have a great thing. Oh, I just saw that. Uh, I guess I won't read that out loud, Pete.
Yeah,
Uh,
don't worry about that. It's
yeah.
fine.
But anyway, so yes, again, please come join me on twitch.tv/KILEY_WILDE. You can lurk. You do not have to talk. You can just chill with us. Again, we're an accepting community. We're a neurodiverse community. I do like it when they refer to us as neurospicy. I like that.
Mm.
Um, and it's just fun. We just have fun, and I don't know how else to say it. It's just fun. But anyway, Pete, what about you?
What about me? Done me already.
Did you already do everything?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, but I
After.
have shared the link to because Mike has said that you guys, the ROU
Oh,
Geek
there it is.
community, can
Okay.
have an exclusive first look whilst it's currently unlisted. So it's up on
Okay.
YouTube right now.
Yes,
Go and have a look.
that's perfect. So that's gonna wrap it up for the this podcast. How did you like that podcast portion? We thank you so much for joining us, and we hope that you will join us next week, where we have more news you can use and come join in the conversation. But I think that's going to do it for this portion. But we do have an after show that we would love for you to stick around and join us with. So we will see you and talk to you next week. Bye.
Bye. No funny outro today from me.
That ends the podcast portion. Yes, chat, how are you doing? Tell us how you're doing. Oh, Pete walked away. Wow.
Little bit late.
Dana says, great show. Thank you so much, Dana. Yes, let us know what games you've been playing, what you've been up to. You guys were amazing tonight. Thank you so much. And also, come join me tomorrow. I would really like it if you join me.
What a cracking bunch of people. Thank you.
Yes, they are great. Mike says, a brilliant show as always. Thank you so much, Mike.
Thanks, Mike. Thanks,
It's
Nana.
most,
Appreciated.
it's mostly my drunken rambling.
Yeah. So just to quickly go over it.
Yes.
Wednesday.
Right.
So
Okay.
you stream 7 till 9, right?
Yes. 7 to about 8:30, because I don't like to cross Mags' stream. I will be honest. I
Okay.
try to avoid that.
Cool. I might be on Wednesday.
Yay! Wednesday, I'm playing a game called Unturned.
No, I mean I might be streaming afterwards.
Oh, I see what you're
I actually
saying.
have the day off next day, so I can stay up
Right.
and play games, do fun
Ooh,
things.
sweet. So we'll go from my stream. Maybe I'll raid you if you start playing. I'll raid you.
I won't be on until after 9.
Oh, okay. No, I won't be doing that.
So yeah, it won't happen, unfortunately. Sorry.
I need to learn how to raid people.
There should be a function, but obviously.
See, Jesse taught me how to raid people, and then I forgot.
Of course you did.
Digger says, yes, pre-record. Yes, exactly. But I this week looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to Fallen Aces. It's a very cool game that's trending right now. It is a noir detective FPS.
Yeah, I've heard good things about it.
Yeah. Nana says, how long was the show, BT
Let me
Dubs?
check. Let me check
It's
the
about an hour and a
file.
half. It was about an hour and a
It
half.
was not.
I think it was.
It was not.
Mike says, I shall try a join tomorrow, Kylie, but may have to go to the cinema and watch Deadpool versus Wolverine. Still not seen it yet. Don't worry. That is.
It was an hour and 45. Sorry,
Oh,
Karen.
okay. Um, that is A-okay. Believe it or not, I haven't watched it. I have yet to see Wolverine and Deadpool. Me, of all people. But I need to take myself out. Maybe
I
I'll do
have
that tomorrow.
seen it before you, and you're a fan.
I
You're a
know.
fan.
I need to just go do it. Let's see. Oh goodness, I have to look at this right quick. Oh no, it won't let me. Aw.
Oh, Danker won because
Did he? Okay. It won't let me until I join. I log into Twitch, and I don't want to log in right now.
yeah, fair enough.
Oh, stupid thing. Why isn't? It won't let me look at chat now. Okay, we'll just do that. But maybe I'll take myself to see Wolverine versus Deadpool tomorrow.
Do it.
Yeah, I'll take my own
Do
self
it.
on a date. I'll take myself on a date. It sounds so dumb. But
I mean, to be fair, I went at midnight by myself, so
yeah, but you still live with somebody that loves you.
debatable.
I don't have that. I want that. Maybe I'll find someone at Deadpool versus Wolverine. I'll just be
Maybe.
like, hey, sexy nerd, I'm totally into you. That could work. They could run away, being terrified.
I mean, you could look like an avocado that. Yeah, anyway,
Oh
I'll carry on with
no! That's so
that joke.
mean! That's so mean, Pete. So mean. But chat, let us know if you want to talk about anything. Mike says they better get their special
Oh, that is rank.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
There aren't many times that I get
Kylie be
particularly
coming for
gross.
them. Oh, believe me, when it finally happens, they won't know what hit them. But
Crusty sock.
uh, yes. But I really do need to watch that. I probably will take myself to an Italian restaurant and then go watch that.
Yeah, you should.
I should.
Because I'm somewhat disappointed you haven't done already.
I know a lot of people are. I've gotten lots of messages from people going, "Have you seen it yet? Have you seen it yet?" It's like me. I am like Deadpool's number one, not even a joke, number one fangirl. I am just there. And yet this has come out and I have yet to watch it. Which is very strange. Mike says, "Oh wow, you're gonna wine and dine yourself first." Can I wine, dine, and 69 myself? Let's find out. No, I cannot. I tried. But I love seeing Pete's face when I say stuff like that. It's
No, it's
fun.
mostly because I was listening to the edit as well, and I was like,
Oh,
did I
right.
actually just hear what I thought I heard? Yes, I clearly did.
100%. Mike says before your big date with Deadpool and Wolverine. Exactly. Oh my gosh. If I could find a Deadpool in real life, he can look like an avocado that's had sex with another avocado. I don't care. I would love him. Mike says you would have to be really flexible to do that, Kylie. I mean, I am double jointed, or as they call hyper mobile. Mike says angrily. Uh, it's true. But yes, don't forget angrily. Yes, who had sex with an avocado? Angrily had sex with an avocado. It's true. Uh, it is funny though when you think about it. Women do not care about looks. We just don't. It's just not a thing. If they are like for me personally, if they are sarcastic and just Deadpool, Deadpool, and also Deadpool, and maybe Deadpool. We're like, I love you forever. Uh, I love Deadpool. He's so amazing. But see, here's the thing. If you've been a long time listener of this show, I loved Deadpool way before the movies. I've talked about this many, many times. I am a very big Deadpool comic fan. Way back in like 1994. I'm very old. If anyone didn't know, I'm very old. So I was getting Deadpool comics way back then. Um, and then when Ryan Reynolds came out in Wolverine, was it Origins? I think. And
X-Men Origins Wolverine.
I was like, oh, I don't like this. This is not Deadpool. But it's funny because I thought, I really liked Ryan Reynolds. Like in Blade 3 and all that kind of stuff. I was like,
Oh, it was terrible in that.
it was terrible, but I really liked Ryan Reynolds, and I liked him in
I
Van
mean, I
Wilder.
do in that. I do in that film.
Yeah.
He's not bad.
So when they said that Ryan Reynolds was Deadpool, I was like, oh, that's great. But then they sewed his mouth shut. Deadpool's whole thing is Merc with a mouth, if you know the comics. And I was like, what are they doing? So I was not happy about that. But then they came out. Wait, Reynolds. Let's see. Wait, Ryan Reynolds came out in X-Men Origins. No, Wolverine Origins. Does Blake know? I love their relationship. They're so cool. They're like, I want that. I want that. But anyway, um, yeah. So when Deadpool originally came out, I just flipped my lid. I was like, this is the most amazing thing. They had everything just down packed. Like Ryan Reynolds understood the character, he understood the comics. I was totally into it. Then I went with a guy that I was seeing. We weren't official or anything, but we went and saw it for my birthday, Deadpool 2. And I was like, ah, like we came out and I was like, you know what? It's good, but it's not great. And he was like, really? Did you not really like it or whatever? And I was like, I don't think I liked it as much as Deadpool the original. And he was like, well, what do you think they're going to do for the next one? Because clearly there's going to be a third, part to this. And I was like, oh, they'll have to do a buddy cop movie. They'll have to do a buddy cop movie. But I thought that they would have to do a buddy cop movie with Cable. I did not.
They should have done.
I never thought that they would do it with Wolverine. And then when I found out it was Wolverine, I was like, ah, I can't wait.
To be fair, it wasn't the original plan for Deadpool 3. Like, they shelved Deadpool 3
Right.
when the Fox merger happened, and then that's when the whole thing happened.
Well, I am excited to watch it. I think I will take myself to a little Italian place. A little Italian place that's right next to the movie theater. Um, weirdly, I took Max there when he was here. But I'll probably do that, and then I'll go watch Wolverine and Deadpool, and then I'll love it, and I'll be like, "Oh, Deadpool, I love you. Please marry me." I mean, Deadpool is like so amazing. He's like so perfect. He's damaged, yet he has a heart of gold. Yet he's also not. He's also a terrible person. But also, he's really sweet and kind. See, Pete, that's my thing.
Nah, really? Oh, God. Why?
What?
Doom 3 is 20 years old this year.
Oh, no, don't say that. Oh, my gosh. Oh my gosh. Aw. My Tino says, tell that to nice pool. Aw, I would just, ugh.
Yeah, don't say anything more.
Mike says, I shall say no more.
Yeah, don't.
Yes. Wow, Pete, I'm really old. I'm an old lady. But I do love Deadpool. Bottom line is, I love Deadpool. And I'm gonna go watch it. Maybe I'll watch it tomorrow. No, I know what? I'll watch it when I go get my haircut. On Tuesday, I get my brand new haircut. It's gonna be cray cray. And it's also gonna be crazy colors because I like crazy colors.
Yeah.
Yes. But anyway, are you done editing this episode?
I think I have, yeah. I'm just currently scrolling through Twitter, seeing why
Oh
Sonic
my
3
goodness.
is trending.
Oh dear. Well, I think though that that's gonna end it for us, unless chat has anything they want to throw at us. You can throw anything at us. We will.
Just not rotten vegetables.
Yes, no, don't do that. I have not eaten today. I should probably eat, but then I have a
Good
weigh-in
idea.
tomorrow. But I have a weigh-in tomorrow, which you guys don't know, which you can probably see from my face. I have lost so much weight.
Yeah,
I
you
have
have.
lost so much weight. This month alone, I have lost
So
weight.
you have homework for next week.
Oh no, what?
You might like this homework though.
Okay.
It requires you to go and play Fallout 4.
I do love Fallout 4. We know this.
Remember there is a mod out.
The London one?
You need to go and play Fallout London and report back next week.
I should do that. You know what? I might not do it next week, but you know what? I might do it the following week.
That's fine. Just you need to report back on it.
Yeah, I think so. Some of my favorite YouTubers and streamers have been playing it, so I've been watching it. It's a really good mod. It's an excellent mod.
So I've been hearing. Like, I'm
Yeah.
quite interested in it, but that requires me to go and buy Fallout
Ah,
4.
Mike says stream it, Kylie. You know what? I might do that then. I'll stream it not this Monday because I have Fallen Aces coming up this Monday, but I'll stream it next Monday. We'll do London mod because I do have Fallout 4 on my PC, and then you're supposed to mod it via GOG.com, GOG Games.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that might be fun. I do love Fallout 4.
Do it.
Do it. Do it. But I think that's going to do it for us tonight. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
For everyone who has joined us, we have loved your company. Oh, yay. Mike says I'll tune in to watch it then. Yay. Please do. I'm a very lonely person, so if you can come watch me, I appreciate it on so many levels. It's not even a joke. But you guys are amazing. You guys have been amazing tonight. Thank you for joining us for this episode. Don't forget you can find us where you find your favorite podcasts. We are Rapper Reviews Radio, so that's always fun. But also join me on my streaming. I can stream too.
So yeah. Anyway, I was gonna say I'm probably gonna go back to Yakuza 0
Oh
on
yes.
Wednesday. So
Okay.
9 p.m. on the Rapper Reviews
Ooh.
channel,
That'd be great.
or after 9 at least.
Yeah,
Probably for an hour or so.
that would be great.
Might try and see if I can get through some of chapter 1,
Yes, and maybe you
chapter
can
2,
actually
whatever.
talk this time.
I was talking, just my
Yes,
mic
it just
wasn't
didn't
working.
go through it. Yeah.
Yeah, I
exactly.
might try and see if I can get the capture card set up so it works a bit better with a microphone, but I don't know yet.
Yeah. Well, we
I'll figure it
shall
out.
see. But I want to thank everyone for joining us. Thank you so much. It's been a lovely night. We've enjoyed your company so much. And if we can, we would love to see you back next week. If you want to join me and Pete during the week, that would also be cool. You guys are amazing, and we cannot say enough about you. So thank you so much, and we will talk to you next week.